You know, I'm not even in the live right here. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, right now it's like it has a spinning circle for myself, but if it is live, thanks
It
everybody
is
for
live.
coming
Yep.
in. I was able to get Canada's very own Chris Thrift BCQ. And I don't know if you
So
caught the
what's up?
wordplay on that.
What's up?
The Canada's very own.
Good to see you guys. Hope you are doing well in this lovely holiday approaching. See you guys. Hope you are doing well.
Oh, those are repeat. For some reason, I had another window in the back. I was like, "Do you say the same thing?" Yeah, I was because the Drake right is October's very own, so I was like Canada's very own. The
Good touch.
branding.
Good touch.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder if anybody would catch that, but I'll
Yeah,
throw it out
that
there.
that picture that you made though, that was crazy. Like, what did you do to make that?
For the banner.
No, yeah, like the thumbnail that you made.
I use
Thumbnail.
Illustrator. Like much of
That
the stuff that I use, like I have a tablet right below me. Let me see to move this down. Hopefully,
that
it's
that
not
picture
too.
was so sick. I loved it.
So I have this drawing tablet right here, and I could
Yeah.
literally like just use it like a drawing tablet with pen. I forget Wacom. Some people call it Wacom.
Oh yeah. Okay, I've heard of
Yeah,
them. I've sold one of those.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been on the lookout for some. What's up, Paul? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'm every
So
time I go to the thrift store, I'm trying to find the big ones. I had a bigger one, but because of my space, I wanted to downsize. So I sold that one. It sold right away. And then I got this one because it's just smaller to tuck in under my Mac. It
yeah,
just gives me more space when I'm like drafting and listing stuff. What's up,
nice,
May?
nice.
Aloha. Out from Hawaii. Look,
What's up,
there's a
Manny?
Pinay, Hawaii, and a Pinoy in Canada. Making
Man,
connections, connecting the dots. Chris, do you
aloha.
speak Tagalog?
I mean, probably a little. Like, I mean, I'm not super fluent. I understand quite a bit, just
Yeah.
because my parents used to watch. Like, they were like TFC subscribers at the time, like back in the day. So that was pretty much running 24/7 in
Yeah,
the
that's my wife.
at my parents' place.
My wife's pretty fluent in hearing it and understanding it, but not so much speaking it. It's like me in Spanish, Spanglish. What's up, Angelo? Angelo came out, and Misha, she was cracking me up, and I was laughing at myself too. Because on the banner on Instagram, I said I think it's like 11:30, I think, and she was like, "You think?" In real life. What's up, man? Big Philly, Big Thrift Philly. So, Chris, what part of Canada? We got a question about you, and I'm glad you're asking questions about Chris. For Chris.
I am in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
All right.
So it's 11:30 here, but it's this is prime time for me. This is when do a lot of my reselling stuff anyway, so it's
Yeah.
all good.
And that's just is that trying to like just catch up in between, you're busy from what you told me. You got some other jobs, you got a handful of stuff doing
Yeah,
going
I
on.
mean, I have like two other jobs, and then well, three in total. I mean, if you include reselling.
Hmm.
But yeah, I have a full time job, and I do another side job as well. So it's keeping me busy every night, but I mean, it pays the bills.
Yeah, I mean, starting reselling, I don't know. Do you remember the first item you sold
Yeah.
and why
Oh my
and why
gosh.
you started reselling?
Yeah. So well, okay. So I started reselling because I tried to figure what's the best type of side hustle I can do to stay home still and like be with my kid at the time, because I mean she was super young. I think she was like 4. So like I wanted to be at home as much as I could, because in case anything happens, at least I'd be able to be home to either to take her to doctor or wherever. And like I was doing Uber Eats and like Instacart and all that stuff, but
Hmm.
I was at the same time I wasn't at home, so I had to be outside and do all that stuff. So I
How old is
found
she now?
she's 6.
She's 6. So now you leave
Yeah,
her on her own. She could handle herself.
yeah. She can she can fend off any strangers.
What's up, Ted?
But
That's
yeah,
cool.
no, like I got into reselling. I looked at YouTube looking for side hustles, and I found reselling. Uh, I think I got it in the very beginning. It was through Gary Vee, and then I just tried to dig deep more into reselling itself, as opposed to like just garage sales. So
Yeah, I was just talking. I don't know if you follow him, but really good guy to follow, especially on TikTok. He shows a lot more content, like present content, rather than it being a week or two later. His name's Marcus Dixon Pickens, and the guy makes some good money. And I was asking him after we had a live chat, like two in one day, one on his channel and then one on mine. And
mhm.
he was saying like he wanted to make extra cash, and he literally just went on the internet and said, "How do I make money on YouTube?" And it brought up eBay, and that's where he got started.
Yeah, I mean, like this is a great option for anyone that's just wanting. It's very low entry to to actually just get into, so you can easily start making money fairly quickly. It doesn't necessarily have to be on eBay. It can be on like Facebook Marketplace, just
Yeah,
selling stuff.
yeah, I agree. I'm about to start opening up into like Mercari, and then just take one and try to make it as good as I am on eBay. But I don't know. I'm just hesitant towards like cross listing because I hear stories about like where one sells and then another one. I just don't want trouble. But I guess with anything, just take your time. Don't rush into it. One thing at a
Yeah,
time.
I wish we had Mercari over here. We don't even have Mercari over here. But yeah, I mean, I think like having it available and listed in other places, I think definitely increases your chances of selling the item. But I guess just staying on top of it, making sure if it does sell to remove it. Any other place you can think of that you've listed it. I try not to get to too many places like that I listed. It's mainly either um, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and if anything, it might be Amazon. But I doubt I would have it there because I'll usually do like what's it called FBA, where I'll ship the items to
Okay.
the
I was just
warehouse.
gonna ask that if you're on it. I have FBA. I registered for it, and I've had it ever since. But I don't use it. I just use like the reseller app just to scan stuff to compare it.
Yeah, I
But
I
I've
haven't brought stuff to I haven't sent any inventory in a while. I'm starting to just build up a whole box now of like every time I go to a thrift store, I'll try to pick up new like DVDs. I usually sell media on Amazon, so I try to find new sealed stuff that gives me like at least like a $10 profit, and then I'll just slowly accumulate that box, and then once that's full, then I'll send it off to Amazon.
Is there other platforms there in Canada other than like what the US has like Mercari, eBay? Is there
Yeah,
some
so
other selling sites?
I mean, there's another one called Kijiji, and it's actually owned by eBay. It's a like a classified site. It's kind of like Craigslist,
Hmm.
but minus the guys looking for dates and all that.
Just guys looking for dates?
I mean, it could be anyone looking for some
I
love,
mean,
I
I
guess.
don't judge, but
I don't know.
there's a site for everybody nowadays.
But
Yeah, I was
yeah,
actually looking up some stuff about Canada, like what's the difference? And there's quite a bit of stuff. Other than politics, one of the things I was going to ask you, like the military is not very big over there, right?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think it is, but I mean, it, that's why I mean we're heavily relied, I guess, on U.S. being our allies. Where we'd somewhat have some sort of uh, access to military, but I mean, I don't know the exact numbers to be honest. Like
Hmm.
I'm not really following it, so I couldn't give you an exact number. But I'm obviously I'm sure it's like a fraction of what like the U.S. military is
US.
for sure.
Hi, Maria. Hi, everybody coming into the chat. I appreciate y'all coming in and getting to know more about Chris and probably my shenanigan talk that I end up just spilling guts. And, it's adding up to where one day my wife will hear about it. So just know if anything happens to me, I do have life insurance and she'll be well taken care of afterwards when I'm
There
gone.
you
But
go.
hopefully that'll never happen. So, more about Canada. There are some things, food things that are like popular over there. Heard there's this thing called Putin.
Oh, poutine. That's what we call
Poutine?
it. Poutine. So it's a it's a luscious
Luscious. See,
basket
already.
basket or mix of it consists of fries, gravy, and cheese curds. So it's the greatest thing Canada has ever produced. Next to maple syrup.
That's
It's
another thing. Maple
it's
syrup is another one.
yeah. I mean we got the maple syrup market on lock over here.
I mean, if you wanna compete with diabetics, I think the US is gonna win.
That's true. Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah. But man,
And then,
poutine. I think I had poutine like a couple days ago. It was so good.
yeah,
You
it
got
kind
it.
of reminded me of like out in Hawaii. Just it's a completely different version because there's some things that are different, obviously, but it's local mocos where you have a bed of rice with the beef patty and then it has the brown rice on top and the
Yeah.
egg. Yeah, that's what it
Oh man.
reminded me of without.
I always have this like stereotype in my head that like everything in like Hawaii consists of like spam. And like I don't know if you know
Yeah,
the comedian Joe Coy, but
yeah,
like
I
I think
do.
he yeah, so like he's one of the guys that I always like watch, and I probably blame him for like making me think that. But like yeah, spam is I always thought it was like a staple over there.
It pretty much is. They even have I don't know about the other islands, but when I was in Oahu, I waited every year for several of them, and there was one particular one. Forget the name now, but it was a spam type festival.
Yeah,
Everything like they have other things, but it was spam based.
yeah.
And what I liked about Hawaii, there's this place called Don Quixote, which in short, most locals are like DI. They
Hmm.
would call it, and they have like a variation of spams. My favorite was the jalapeno. Then the second one is
Ooh,
going to be
nice.
the peppered spam. Like it was simple.
Hmm.
Like it's not the same thing as you just dicing some pepper on there or throwing some
Yeah,
pepper, but it was so delicious, and it prices for it wasn't too bad either. They're so stacked.
it's crazy expensive here. Like just to get a can of spam, it's like $4 or $5 for a can.
Yeah,
It's insane. Like I don't know how the prices are over there, but yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
it
pretty
might be like a
expensive.
dollar, maybe $1.50 less. But
Yeah,
they're like the stock market. They go up and down in prices. Like I don't know
really.
what trends to make them spike up, but
Yeah,
I need to invest in spam.
the spam stocks.
Yes, spam stocks. Yeah. And then with the maple syrup, like I mean, who anybody not like maple syrup? Put a zero in the chat if you like it. Put a one. Like I love maple syrup, but I do love it on. It has to be waffles. I could eat pancakes, but I prefer waffles.
Nice. I'm,
Buttery.
I can go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the time zone. Misha was laughing at me on Instagram, right, about the time zone.
yeah,
To where she even DM me like, it was that funny. Like, and then I said that because I think isn't there several time zones out in Canada?
yeah. I mean, like I think I'm sure it's like
Pretty huge.
just
I
like
mean,
anywhere else. I
not
mean,
small.
there's between a couple of provinces we're East Coast for the most part, and then once you hit like Manitoba, it becomes central, and then Saskatchewan, Alberta, uh, and then what's it called? BC starts to become more Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah. So I don't know what this is, but do you? Do
So
you use
Kijiji is
Kijiji?
that classified site I talked about that
Yeah.
actually eBay owns. But I used to use it heavily probably like 3 years ago. But ever since Facebook Marketplace came in, they probably taken over a lot of their traffic. So I mean, it's still useful. Every now and then you'll find the occasional deal in there. But I just find that a lot of the listings now they aren't as abundant as they were because of Facebook Marketplace.
Are you able to own moose? A moose?
Pet moose. Hmm. I don't know,
You
to
have
be
to be a
honest.
big boy
I
like
have
to
no
handle
idea.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah. I wonder if you need like a permit. Imagine taking a moose to like the vet. Like I need to get update shots on this. Like
Yeah, I don't know
putting
if
it.
I don't think you'll be able to get like them into a vet. You'll probably have to send someone on like remote.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
There's those suckers are big.
They are. Like they have like statues of moose around like our like Toronto
Hmm.
just as a I don't know if it's like some sort of uh I don't know, tourism type of statues for people to see, but like that's an actual replica of like the size of a of a moose. Sorry,
Hmm. A full
they are
grown one.
massive. Yeah, and they're massive. Like at least the size of my car almost.
Moose burgers, Angelo said. Moose burgers. I don't know if I would want to
Moose
try that.
burgers.
I don't know if that's like I don't know if the like moose is bison to America as it is to Canada. Like that type of
I've
thing.
never tried it, so I mean, I'm sure I'd have to mask a lot of the gamey taste of it.
Yeah, that's the same thing with wild pigs. Boars, javelinas back in Texas, like you
Mhm.
really have to marinate it a certain way to get. I think it's the females. Is it the females? I think the females have a more gamier scent and taste to it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can't like glitch on that like straight. It'll taste too
I mean,
strong or
I
too.
do, but sometimes like sometimes it's just a stronger scent, like not fumey, but it's just like okay, I really not in the mood for this strong scent of the game.
Yeah. Oh, so for the listeners here, lechon is like it's like a rotisserie pig kind of, and then it's just roasting the pig itself.
All right.
That's the way of cooking it.
Chris, go ahead and take over for a second. I'm
Yeah,
trying
sure.
to see if I do this. Okay,
Hmm.
I gotta let my dog go out real quick.
All right. How is everyone doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you can learn something from me because uh, I mean I'll do whatever as best I can to answer your questions if you have any. Uh,
He said he'll do whatever. You better watch it because some of these people will take your word for that.
like they'll ask anything when it comes, like absolutely anything. All right,
Hey
that's good.
Tracy,
I'm all good. It's all good.
Tracy's actually the one that recommended saying, "Hey, Sonny, you and Chris would be great at a live show," and I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Also,
Hey
because I met
Tracy.
you to tell you the truth, like it's coming back. Like it's kind of weird seeing a lot of new faces and names. It's really good. Nothing bad about it, but
Yeah,
it's just so different than what it was before, and it's pretty cool to see people grow. And
yeah,
then you try to come in and out of your shows, like dropping some videos here and there when you can. But again, you're a lot busier now with other things going on.
yeah. I mean, I've really been focused this month on like both reselling and my other job. So that's why my lack of content has been lacking this month. But I'm definitely going to be putting out more once Q4 is done. I
Yeah,
just wanted
well,
to get
the ladies and maybe some gents here like that you're going to be putting out more because you did say anything,
oh
and
man,
Tracy's asking anything.
anything,
Yeah,
anything.
emphasis on that exhale. Yeah. Oh, I was also reading about milk. So is all the milk that you get in a plastic bag? Is
So yeah, I mean they sell.
because I
Excuse me.
I imagine like growing up, I would see these OGs walking with like paper bag bottles, like 40s, and I'm like, here
Mhm.
people are with milk in Canada walking around just sucking on some milk.
Yeah, we don't carry them in like jugs or anything. They're mainly in like cartons. And then if you want, like you can, I think as much as like a 1 liter carton, and then anything bigger than that is usually the bags, where they'll put 3 bags of milk into one giant bag, and so that's where you'll have to use like a milk, like we have a pitcher that we put the bag into specifically for milk bags, and then that's how we would get our milk. We would just cut a slit at the top and then pour the milk.
That's pretty cool.
It's very Canadian, I guess.
Is there like a accent that you like Canadian accent that you do, but you change it up when you're on YouTube?
No, no, no,
Or us
no. This
American?
is my regular accent, but I think people like when people watch or see that specific accent, that's
What's up,
mainly
Justin?
from like people up in the Maritimes. And when I say Maritimes, I mean like the East, like Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland.
Mm.
That's why they have like the stereotype name for Newfoundland people called Newfies, and that's where they kind of get that.
Roofies? Yeah, we're familiar with roofies.
It's Roofies. But like they have like a serious like a hockey hoser accent. I don't know. It's like then they say
Hoser.
the A lot. They say, "Hey, how's it going there? Eh? You're
I
gonna
love
go
it.
you're gonna go resell some stuff, eh? That's that
And
sounds
you
pretty
don't talk
cool."
like that? Like it doesn't slip out every once in a while?
Heck no. That's such an East Coast thing.
Yeah, my
That,
dimples are coming out. That's great.
that
Got me laughing hard.
yeah, no, we a lot of there's so much different culture here, and like people have their own, I guess their own way of talking. So it's pretty cool.
Well, that's a big difference too. Is the cultures there is that from what I was reading, because I go deep into some stuff where I'm just curious about things and I go with that. The cultures is like Canada is supposedly more welcoming to outsiders than the US is. So it's like that's kind of one of the things why I'm not I don't understand then why the US isn't promoting Canada. Like go over there instead if you
Yeah,
want
and well,
over
no, I
there.
mean like it's every. I'm sure every place is different. I mean, I'm sure they all have their pros and cons. I mean, uh, there. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are parts where I mean it's really nice in the U.S. where they're very welcoming too. But I mean, it's the
Mm,
same way in Canada. There may be people that are welcoming and people that are just not having a good day. But
mm.
I mean, that's it's just I don't know. I mean, I get it's cool to know that. I mean, if that's how like you're seeing us, 'cause I mean, I guess for the most part, we're pretty fairly friendly. I guess.
Oh, Justin. I'm not
What
gonna
else
say
you
you know because I
go
definitely don't
deep
want to
into,
turn it that way.
Justin? Justin,
But
you so crazy.
Justin is crazy. Crazy awesome. Same as the rest of the people inside here. What's going on for 2022?
2022. I mean, I've really transitioned with what I sell now, and so I'm gonna stick with how I like my whole business model has completely changed ever since I moved like into our own place because I mean, really, there's not much storage I have to store a lot of my stuff anymore. Like before, I was living in my parents' place, so I had a whole room dedicated to reselling. So I had all the storage in the world and all the area to just do all the reselling stuff. Where here, like, there's like a shelf right there,
Hmm.
and that's literally my storage, and that's it. So whatever I can store in there is basically what is gonna I'm gonna be reselling, and so I'm pretty like picky with what I pick up, and like I try to find items I can make a fairly big margin off of. I mean, they're harder to find, but I've been doing fairly well, just keeping on top of like Facebook Marketplace and like some thrift stores too. There's a lot of items that they sleep over, even though some things can be overpriced. Like I don't
Yeah.
just look at electronics anymore, so that's been a really big thing for me to just be able to use other go to other departments and find better items because they don't look at those a lot of like like electronics do. They're usually fairly picked already.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the stuff that you pick is fairly familiar to what, most of us come across. Nothing too different, But is there some like Canada type items that are bolos or names to look
I
out for, or
mean,
is it kind of the same?
it's pretty similar, I'd say. There's, I mean, if anything, there's probably. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, if you want to go to a specific category, I'd say with like sports cards, for example, I'd say hockey is fairly dominant over here. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still people buying basketball and other sports here. Maybe not as much football, but hockey is fairly predominant if you're going to sell sports cards. That's what everyone is mainly looking for over here.
Yeah, I actually, damn, I didn't know that. I actually got some. I got a while back, like probably 4 years ago. That I
Mhm.
just had. I never really looked through them because I'm just like, I think I got them for like a couple of bucks for a large, average cardboard box that people get them in,
Yeah.
and I never thought about it again until now.
Hey, Tommy, how's it going?
That's all Tommy gets. Hey, Tommy, Tommy
Peace.
missed you. I know Tracy
Peace.
did because she's the one that brought you up, like I said, and we were supposed to do this, I think, last week, but then we ended up having the Luke Combs concert, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, oh crap! It's like, I'm gonna stay here and do this with Chris, babe. Like, go
Yeah.
find another dude, and I understand because I'm the one giving you permission, but
It-
that'll never happen.
it's all good. It worked out. Like I
Yeah,
had stuff to do anyway. So
yeah,
no,
yeah. I had some
I
comments too.
sell
People
for
messaging me
sales.
after I threw up the notice. They're like, "Oh, that's too late for me." And I was like, "I understand, but at the same time, it's like the video will be up later, where it's for people to catch up on."
Yeah,
And
for
that's
sure.
another thing I've been learning too about these live chats is like, um, not so much of more watch time hours, but more people coming in and just enjoying like the talks and shenanigans we all talk about.
Yeah.
So it's like I did start another channel to kind of push people that way, but I think I'm actually gonna just keep that to the side, not even worry about it, and just stay on this channel. Especially with my name change, simple little change.
Yeah, man. Stick with what
Chris,
you're good with. You're cool with. I sell
yeah.
beaver tails. I wish I did. Like
I was just gonna
not
ask if they come in different sizes.
they do. Oh no, well, I mean, usually it's one size, but when she's
What
saying beaver
size?
tails, I she's not referring to the actual beaver. I think because we have a pastry that's called beaver tail over here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
she
so
might
that
be talking about both.
maybe, but if she's talking about the pastry beaver tail, those are amazing. They are
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
Tell us more about this beaver tail. We like beaver over here in the U.S., especially bald beavers.
Oh god. It's okay, so it's like a flat pastry that's like fried dough.
Okay.
So they fry it and then they try to make it like a dessert type of pastry. So like they'll have a flavor of like cinnamon sugar. They'll put one with like Nutella and banana. Uh,
Mm.
I mean other stuff like that. Any type of sweet topping or spread that you can put on it, you can probably use beaver tail for that. It's really good.
I'll take your word for it. One day I'll try it. My wife has some friends out there who met. I think both of these guys met somebody online, and then they're like, "I'm just gonna go over there," and they've been with them ever since. Haven't heard from them in a while, but they loved it.
Yeah, man, it's there's not very many like there's an actual restaurant called Beaver Tail, but there's not very many like so for you to get or for me to get one is pretty uh it's a nice thing to have like every once in a while cuz it can get too sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, there's I have a habit of like when I like something, I keep eating it, and then it's like, okay, I'm done with it, and I'll go for something else and do the same thing. Just like music, I'll just outplay it or out eat it. I already know where this is gonna go in the chat.
Mhm. I don't know what's being talked about here.
We never know. We just go with it.
Yeah, just go
Kind
with
of
the
one of the
flow.
things.
Going with the flow. What shape is it? You're talking about the beaver tail. It's literally the shape of an actual beaver tail.
Like
So
an almond.
it's like a round, yeah.
What is going on?
Hey Maria, how's it
We
going?
don't even know at times. We just, try not to think about it. What's up, Jeremy? Thanks for coming in. I was asking last time about this this Sony Walkman that I got, and he was like, "Oh, you should get a universal one rather than trying to find the exact same one." So I'm gonna order it, but right now there's a lot of things that are like on my end at least that things aren't gonna get to me in time because I'm gonna end up leaving, and my mother-in-law will be here, but I don't trust her to get it. Yeah, she's great. I trust her, but not to get something from the front door.
Mhm.
Here's the man I was just
So
talking about earlier. Oh, child, my cute little Latin boy is on again. It's Dante. Hey there, Sunny Bunny. My sister used to call me that as a kid.
Sunny Bunny.
Yeah, Sunny Bunny.
Do you fold it to eat it? Uh,
You
it,
you
you
pin
could,
you
you
squeeze it
could,
together.
you could fold it, but there's a possibility it could crack. So I try not to fold it as much.
What's up, Marcus?
What's going on?
Never seen a beaver with the tail, but I'm in Georgia.
Interesting.
2 words, dude. Amazon locker. Yeah, that's true. I've never used one, but I see them all the time, and there's several of them of them around me. So
I know they have some here. They're just not as abundant, I'd say.
oh, my virgin ears. Makes sense. Yeah, Chris and Marcus are really great channels. I brought up Marcus earlier, Dixon Pickin. Like you should check them out. And I did create that video. I see Bama just posted up a video. He's gonna be picking and grinning about like recommending 5 other resellers, Marcus. So I did do that. I just need to edit it, and hopefully I'll have that up by tomorrow. I just don't want to slap something together and it be like dry. Like I put my heart into some stuff, and that's definitely one of the videos that if I'm gonna recommend somebody, it can't just be plain Jane, you know,
Show.
for cheesy.
Is that a Manny Pacquiao Funko?
Yeah, I've had it for a while.
Oh man,
So
that's
actually,
nice.
I got it with 2 other ones. Well, I got 4 total, and I got it when my mother-in-law and my wife went over to the Philippines, and that's the only place you could get it at the time. So
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
now you could find it online. They're pretty pricey.
Oh yeah, because that's an older. You can tell by the model. It looks like an older Funko.
Let's see. Hopefully, there isn't a glare. There goes
Oh rip.
the Matrix.
Sorry.
Oh
Yeah, it's the older face.
yeah,
Yeah, that's old.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. It kind of has like my hairstyle. Are these the same? Oh, then that was the boxy one, and then this one's the basketball one. Oh, that's a better view right there.
He has a basketball jersey one too.
Yeah,
That's
Pacquiao.
interesting.
I'm surprised they don't have one of him like with the microphone because he's like into singing and karaoke.
True.
Do
Or
you do
or
karaoke?
of course. I'm Filipino. It's in my
I didn't
blood.
want to stereotype.
No, you can stereotype that all you want. That's so true.
I didn't want to stereotype. The last time I stereotyped somebody, I was in I just ended up taking some classes just to get some money from college through the military
Yeah.
because we're in the bind there in Hawaii, and our journalist had a journalism class, and they're like, "Hey, you got a journalist class." The instructor's like, "You got to go outside right now, run into somebody, and just interview them, and you have to come back and tell us how it is. You can't come back and say you didn't talk to anybody. Talk to anybody." So I go outside and I see this Oos guy, Samoan guy, and I was like, "Hey, talofa Oos," and he was just like, "Oh, how's brother?" So here I go. I'm like, "Okay, I'm already in." You know, I got his attention. He said hello, and I was like, "Hey, you know, being Samoan, like, yeah, I usually have really good voices and could sing." He was like, "Wait, wait, wait." So it was
Yeah.
a horrible way to like start into it. Like he talked to me, but it was just like he was really. I'm not gonna say that either. I was gonna say he was really giving it to me, but it was just like, damn it, everything I said was just like a roller coaster of like wanting to hit myself, like shut up and walk away. You know, like I talked to somebody and that's good enough.
Yeah.
It was a horrible like so-called interview. What's up, everybody coming in? Thanks for coming in. You know what? No, I did add Chris's link at the bottom of the description. I'm gonna open up another window and make sure to add it up in here. But thank you all for coming in. It's a little late for some people out on the East Coast, so thank you for taking the time. And it's probably later for Chris, or maybe even the same time.
It's all
So
good. Appreciate you guys being
yeah,
here.
I want to get Chris on earlier, and he was like, "Nope, that's not gonna work out." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm asking you. I need to work with you, and that's how it's gonna be." So I mean, it's early for me. It's not a problem. Lately, I've been sleeping late, anyways, so I'm glad, you know, the time's working out for you to have you on here, you know.
Yeah, no, appreciate it.
It was Skeletor too.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah, that was
rip,
Skeletor. I mean, he's already dead,
rip,
so he can't die anyways.
rip.
And I'm kind of like in between feels of the new He-Man
Mhm.
cartoons. I'm like, I like it and I don't. I don't know. Have you seen any of the animes? The newer ones? He-Man. He had like 2 of them.
No, I haven't. I've been actually watching a lot more like of the original Pokemon show. That's like as close to anime as I'm getting because my daughter loves watching Pokemon now, and I got her into watching the earlier ones first, like from 99, 98.
You saw the Pokemon?
Which one? You saw all of them Pokemon. The haters were slamming over you. Oh, I think he's talking about the it's called the Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hmm.
He must be talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. but yeah, I sold all those already. I'm pretty much sold out of those. That was a good find. I found them at a thrift store. There was like 4 packs of it was like the first uh, production of the what I forgot the name of it, but it's like the first reproduction of that specific lineup of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So it's even though it wasn't the first edition, it was still fairly expensive. But I basically turned like $4 into like $800. So
Jeez.
yeah, so that was a pretty good sale for me.
So Putin on the house for Chris. It's gonna hook everybody up. Trying to get your link right now. I'm gonna add it in the chat. So if you guys, Chris is one. He's busy, but I'm sure when he does share his content, it's be worth watching. That's another person too. Like I'm starting to learn more about like being consistent and also having good informative videos. And it's gonna be Greg from the Rocky Colorado Resale, I believe, or Rocky Mountain Resale. Can't remember the
Hmm.
name right now.
Yeah,
But his like when he has his stuff, like his stuff is like nothing but bolos when he shares. He's like, this is this much, this is that much. And he's one that I put in a video that I'm editing to recommend for other people to watch. So hopefully they do. And this is one thing like with following people, you don't necessarily have to subscribe right away. I would just say give them a chance, especially when you need stuff to list, because that's what I use live chats for. But sometimes I just get drawn to the monitor and inside the lives. But lurking is actually a good thing. So if you want to listen in on some people, like play their playlist, give them some time, some ear attention, and if you like them, then subscribe is what I recommend.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure that like when you do pick up all those bolos, I'm sure it's from accumulating like your watching of other different channels and
Mhm.
like like getting their knowledge as well. And like when you decide to like manage to find all these things that are bolos like in your store that you want to sell, I mean that's a great thing to have because I mean at least you know they're going to sell right away and they'll sell for a decent profit if you can get it for like a good price. So that's like half the battle for you when it comes to just making that profit.
Yeah, it just makes it easier. And then now that I'm a full-time reseller, I am more selective, and it all really depends on like the price of something. Like, can I afford to hold on to it longer, like than what I did as a, I would say, part-time reseller? Because when I
Mhm.
was making all that extra money from having a job, I could afford to just have a buy it now price. You
Yeah,
know,
like for example last week I managed to find uh like a brand new inbox sealed DVD VCR combo. It wasn't like a Panasonic. I think the brand was like Emerson, but it was still brand new and sealed. So, I mean, even though it was only like I paid $40 for it, but it was
yeah,
totally worth it for me. I mean, because I know it's going to sell fast, which it did. It sold in less than 24 hours.
those
So
are
like I
always nice. Some quick
yeah.
sells.
So I mean, if you know it's worth your time to make like for me, I drove about half an hour away, but for me to know that I can sell it within 24 hours to get that flip, like I sold it for $360. So I have no I have no complaints over that sale.
No, I think the cheapest thing I bought was 50 cents for a I think it was like PBR or like a professional bull riding bull. This bull happened to be like one of the rare ones that nobody was able to ride. So because of that, it gave it more value, and I found it for 50 cents. And I
Mm,
remember going home, like listing it, and I saw those comps like from months ago, and it was in an auction, and it sold for 45 bucks. So I listed it for 45 bucks. And
yeah,
then when I was laying in bed, I remember just looking up, and I had this feeling inside my stomach, like, go back to that, go look at it again. So I looked back at that live. That's when I don't know if it still does now, but you could still see like the bids, the amount of bidders that were on there, and it said that there was 21. And I was like, you know what? There was probably somebody that missed out on this bid, and they're regretting it. And if they have the opportunity, they're going to pay for it. So right
mm,
there and then, I changed it for 110 bucks. By the time I hit revise and submitted it, walked over to the other room, laid down, and before you know, it's like ching ching sold for
Oh
110
man,
bucks. Yeah, that was freaking sweet. That's
crazy.
on the same day.
Nice. Yeah, I mean there are a lot of things that can play a factor to even like updating your price. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same as comps because like for example that DVD VCR combo, if I'm the only one in Canada selling it, there's a good chance someone in Canada would buy it. Or if I'm the only brand new one on that listing and everyone else is used, there's a good
Mm,
chance someone's going to buy it. So I mean, I put that into like account when like I so that I know I can dictate that price basically.
yeah. When I want to go back to Angelo. Where's that? So he said time means nothing to him, but for you, when you're
Mhm.
traveling like an hour and a half, what don't you want to come back with? You know, like is there amount and value of items that you're like, I prefer to have this, but
Yeah, I mean, like if it obviously it's got to be worth my traveling time to get that. So like turning 40 into like 350 bucks, $360 is definitely worth my time to try to even get it. But also also figuring out what like how much I'm actually getting as well. I mean, if I'm getting a whole bunch of things that will accumulate to that much, I mean, it'll be definitely worth the drive. I don't drive as much anymore because I work from home, so that I just try to be smart with when I do a lot of sourcing, like when I'm driving. So, for example, when I pick up and source from a Facebook Marketplace, I tend to there's like a specific part of Toronto that I go to, which is like let's say for example called there's a place called Ajax. There's probably five other things I want to pick up in the Ajax as well. So I try to do all my sourcing in that area, uh, and then that way I don't have to go back and forth. I can concentrate on one area, do my sourcing, and just save me on gas too.
yeah, for my freaking wife, man. So with gas over here, it's gone down like 40 cents, which is really good because it was like $4.09, and now at Costco it's like 3.70, 3.80. I can't do math, so that might be around 40 cents. But
Yo, I'm
regardless, when
I'm
it's
the
always less,
exact same as you.
yeah, it's always good when it's less than the last time you went.
Yeah,
But I'll fill up her car, right? Like she gets home, I use her car every now and then because I'm just like, man, my F-150 is gonna eat up some gas. It's not bad, but
yeah,
I just think about it. But then I drive in her car and then I'm like, crap, I'm in her car and all these people are tailgating me because it's a car. Like size does matter when it comes to driving. But then here I go having to fill up my truck. So it's like $40 for her car, and then
hmm
it's on average $100 for mine.
yeah.
So
But you have a big truck though, right?
I mean it's a regular F-150 XLT, but still it's just like sometimes going to these yard sales, you're ping ponging, and then some of these yard sales aren't updating on the treasure map that
Yeah.
they actually canceled. So it's like a bummer. You're waiting outside like a stalker. Like when are you gonna open? Should be open already. It's already in like an hour after your time. What the hell's going on? So then
Yeah.
I just egg the house and throw toilet paper all over the trees and
Oh man,
bounce.
what a savage.
Yeah. Some people just piss you off, you know what I mean? Catch up here. Got ATL in the house. What is up? Thanks for coming in.
What's
Got
up?
Chris Thrift Beast here, just showcasing him. We used to go on live, not together, but other times. And you were with another person. What was it, Joey? I want to say Joey. Can't remember. You and him used to get on often, but it's been
Jody?
that Jody. That's what it is.
Jody,
I was
yeah.
like, I know it's like familiar Joe something. And he's actually the one that got me into this thermal printer that I still have, the full memo printer, thermal
Oh yeah,
printer.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really good. I like it. But I did notice a difference in like the different types of labels. Like if I try to use the fan labels where they're sandwiched together and it fans out like an accordion, those are
Mhm.
horrible. For some reason, this one would mess up and I had to clean up the little thermal part printer on it. But the roll ones actually work a lot better. And then I just got another roll, but I don't remember where I got it from because I've had it for forever. That what was it? It actually prints better, but the label kind of peels off. Like
Yeah,
it's weird. It's thicker. So
yeah.
I'm
I
gonna,
have a zebra, but I mean, I love it because like the roll that I have, it's enclosed in the actual thermal printer, so I don't have to worry about it being like in another area. But I find it super convenient that it's encased.
Yeah,
What's
I
up?
wish I would have went to a thermal printer like a long time ago. I don't know why. Damn, I haven't seen him in a while either. Thrifting Goomba.
What's
What's
up,
up, Ren?
Goomba?
Yeah, I think I kind of left off YouTube when I was starting to be familiar with Thrifting Goomba, you and Jody, and then handful of other people, which I'm glad people are starting to make not so much a comeback, but appear more often. You know, it's good to see familiar faces and names. Damn, only 289.
North Atlanta. That's pretty good, I would say. I mean, obviously, I can't really say because we use liters here as opposed to gallons, so
Yeah.
I have no idea how much a gallon would fill up. But I have filled up my tank in the U.S. and the last time I did, it cost me about I'm gonna say like 28-30 bucks to fill up my tank, and that was amazing because here it generally costs like 60 bucks, and then now with the prices now it's like 70-80 bucks. So like I wouldn't know where to start with the whole conversion thing.
So that you heard it first here, folks. Canada gas prices suck compared to the US. US 1, Canada 0 for right now.
All right, hold on. What is the conversion from liters to gallons?
I may be
So
defeated really fast. I'm very weak.
so just FYI, 1 gallon is 3.78 liters. So that's quite a bit to
I don't
of
do math.
liters. Neither do I. I'm using Google for crying out loud. That that's that's by math. But yeah, that's quite a bit. That no wonder I'm able to fill up my tank at such a cheaper rate using gallons. So convenient.
Yeah, I mean that's good. It's crazy how gas prices work, as in like the raising and lowering the prices. Like sometimes it's just mere politics, and I'm pretty sure they just hold on to gas in the seas and say, hey, there's no gas, and there's like, oh, it's going up. Okay, we'll take it in. Take your time delivering it.
Yeah.
Drift Daddy.
What up? It's super expensive in
Oh,
Australia,
is this true?
but Canada
Canada
has
has
free
free
health.
healthcare.
I mean, technically, no, just because I mean we pay higher taxes, right? So the higher tax we pay goes towards our healthcare as well. So I mean, in hindsight, I mean, if I needed to get like a surgery or get a regular checkup and stuff, I'm not going to get charged for it because my taxes already pay for it.
Hmm. So
So I don't have to.
you're paying for it in a way.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not paying for anything out of pocket or anything, but I mean, I do owe them a lot for like when it was like was it 2019 when I had my surgery. Like I had to go to the hospital on like Christmas Eve. It was the worst, and then I got my gallbladder taken out.
Oh,
But I
what?
mean, yeah,
So
and so like
you don't piss anymore?
no man,
I need to have that happen so I don't get up
I
at cold nights.
I'm so horrible. Like I'm supposed to take care of my diet because of that, but like man, it's so hard to because like I'm a big fan of food, and
Yeah, me too. Well,
yeah,
I'm
so
big
it's
and
pretty
I'm
tough.
a fan of food.
But yeah, man, I had a what is it called? An X-ray. I had uh like a checkup in the beginning, and then I had the surgery done all in that night, and like
Oh my god.
I didn't have to pay anything though, so that's I guess that's convenient.
You paid for it with your gallbladder. They took it.
Yeah,
They're
I
swapping
guess.
body parts on the black market with bladders. Freaking Misha said, I can't even understand what Chris is saying. You know, I feel the
What?
same thing about me. Like
What do
when
you mean?
I really had to go back and look at my interview with Tommy and Tracy,
Yeah.
and I would get into like my own conversation within my head that I'm talking about, but I never answered their question. It like went into something else because Tommy had asked, "What am I?" You know, if I'm like from Hawaii or something. I was like, "No, funny question. You asked that." And what I meant to go into was that this guy that day that he was talking about having, and I swear this time I'm not gonna get off track, but this guy, because of Tommy that I met, trying to have things coming to me and not me having to go to them all the time. That this guy asked me, was like, "Hey, what are you?" And this guy's Korean, and I was kind of looking at him like, "I know you're Asian,
Yeah.
but I don't know what you are." He was like, "Are you from Hawaii?" And I was like, "No, I'm not from Hawaii." And he was like, "Are you Caucasian?" I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have some Caucasian.
Yeah.
Never had it in me, but in my DNA. But and then that's where I meant to go with his question. But with my brain cells, it's like something spark, and it's like,
You
go
should
with
have
it.
played along with it. You should have. Yeah, brah. I'm
I
from
don't want to play
Hawaii,
along with
brah.
anything.
Have you seen my Toyota Tacoma, brah?
Oh,
It's lifted,
oh,
brah.
brother.
Lifted. It's
Oh, the
lifted, brah.
brother's cherry. Do you have you run into any like peeps from Hawaii go over there to Canada that hear you talk like that?
Yeah, my I have family friends that live here, but they have relatives in Hawaii that they visited here before, and they have like a heavy. I don't know what type of accent it is really, but yeah, that's that they spoke in that type of dialect.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
no such thing as free. I
I
one
mean,
hundred percent.
I found like $1 the other day on the ground, and that was free. But free for all. Southeast Virginia.
305.
Yeah. Shit, that's nice. That's real nice. Ladies and gents, we have Bobby up in here. I was asked earlier on coffee talk on his live that this new person coming into the reseller community, I guess, she was saying hello to everybody. Her name's Annette, which from what I remember, the Paisley journalist or something like that. And she was like, "Sonny, do you like Dragon Ball Z?" And I'm like, "No, but I used to watch it." And she was like, "Well, you have Krillin in one of your shows." And I'm like, "Oh, that's one of our friends. Like we call him Krillin."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, okay." So didn't want to be rude and be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But
Yeah.
Krillin confuses a lot of people with that name because he said it's not even his nickname, but that's what we know him by. So it's like, it
Yeah.
is your nickname.
I thought it was part of his name or something, but it's all good.
Now there's a story to it, but
He's
whenever
Bobby
you
by
catch him
day,
live, you could
Bobby
ask
by
him.
day, Krillin by night.
Yeah. Krillin, I hope you worked it out with that TV for the gift for your pops. I hope it wasn't too much. Why did you say you're Chicano? Chorizo, Crucito. This guy.
Crucito.
He's freaking big on that freaking movie and always reminds me of it. It was free to use, Sonny, not the dude that lost it. Yeah, it costed him. It didn't cost me
True.
anything. Yeah,
True.
yeah. Uh-oh.
Excuse me. No, not
Uh-oh.
COVID.
It's all right. I got a mask right next to me. And then our viewers are I'm pretty sure they're wearing masks where they're at.
I don't know what it is. I find when I drink a lot of cold stuff, I tend to cough for some reason.
Yeah. If I have stuff that's too sweet or sugary, like I
Mhm.
find that it stays stuck in the back of my throat. I tend to cough
Yeah,
a
me
lot.
too.
I don't know as in Krillin. Right, that's what I'm saying. If that's what you know him by and that's what people call him, then that's your nickname. It's like
Exactly.
knowing Batman and know your Bruce Wayne.
Facts.
Facts. Do you have a nickname, Chris, other than Thrift Beast that they call you or grew up on? Because I got one that
No.
I got
I
several.
mean, not really. No. I mean, I can't really say no. I don't.
No, they just say, "Hey, Chris," or they're like Anak Pare.
I mean, it depends like who you're asking. Like if you're talking about like my friends, they called me
Mhm.
Q because that was the initial of my last name. But
Mhm.
if you're talking about my parents, like when I was a kid, then that's something completely different. I think they used to call me was it Chris Palung? That that I don't know what that is. It's like a nickname, Filipino nickname, I guess.
It's better than Chris Buchoy because they call me Chris Buchoy every once in
Oh
a while.
shoot.
Got Kent Dago in the house. So right here. So Krillin, Tracy said it the other day, and she's right that Krillin doesn't do too much content on there, so it's hard to find. So it took me probably about a few minutes to find it, which says a lot. of not being able to find it. But when I did, he has a lot of little shorts that I was catching up on. So Krillin, let me add you as a moderator, and if you could please add your link to your channel in here, because people do ask for it. You're very popular.
He is.
Something
He's a
going on.
national treasure.
He is. I love Krillin. Krillin's my dude. Kent Daigle. Where you at now, Kent? What state are you in? Travels a lot.
What's up,
Very
Kent?
busy man. Got Annie up in here.
Hey, Annie, how's it going?
Let me go on here. Okay, I think I caught up. I think that's it. Guam? Damn, Mr. International. I hated doing passports in the post office when I did them because it was on top of other things that it was just like, hey, you gotta do the counter, you gotta do the Dutch store, you gotta put this mail here, you gotta sort it out, you gotta get the new pallets that are coming in on this truck. It was just like, man. Then on top of that, people, no matter how much times they would come in to reserve a spot, they would say, hey, do you do passports? Yes, I do. Let me sign you in. Let me schedule you in. This is what you need to do. Here's your paperwork. All this highlighted stuff, just do that. They come in, don't have anything done. And then they don't have the required like documents of what they need. Pain in the butt. Make Chris sing. Uh-oh. Not even a little sample? A little sampler?
You know the funny thing is like I notice when I get on an interview, Kent randomly joins the chat and happens to bring in or just happens to transition to a song segue to try to get me to sing. I've been noticing that. Not that I've been paying attention, but
but he's been paying attention. No sample, no like we could play guess that song and they could name the
No.
You don't want to turn around and make you feel better, like turn off the lights.
Oh jeez.
Folks, he might just do it.
What am I gonna
say it in the chat? Chris, sing Chris. Oh, he might just do it for you, Kent.
See, the problem is that I'm probably gonna cough if I sing because I just drank all. I just drank.
Can't sing for crap.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the tough part. I'm probably like I'm like an 85% positive I'm gonna cough if I sing.
Sing the national anthem.
The national anthem. Oh man.
Can you hum it?
What? The national anthem?
The reason why I say that, so let me say hello to a few people. Got Annie in here, and then we got Joe. Joe says hello. Chris and everybody else.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? I usually see Joe early in the mornings in chats when I wake up, and then the chats are like usually ending by the time I catch them. So back to this humming, right? So out in this is so funny. So out in Hawaii, to get promoted, you had to go before a board, right? Yeah. And there was like 4 or 5 people. And when you go inside and say they ask you, what is the NCO creed, the non-commissioned officer creed? Mm-hmm. Do you know it? You don't say yes or no. You say it. Like that's the whole row of it. So this guy walks in, and rather than swinging, like I'm trying to get in the screen, rather than, like moving in like a soldier robot, he's like turning this way, like left and right, shoulder to shoulder with his legs. Like it's all one body movement, shoulder, shoulder, leg. So when they asked him, can you say the NCO creed? He's like, he's saying it in his head, and everybody's looking left and right. Like, is he saying it in his head? Yeah. And then at the end of it, you say, "Whoa." So that's the only thing he says out of it. And he takes the seat. And it was just like the funniest thing that I've seen. Like,
and they're okay with that? That's
he passed.
Oh, okay. There you go. Nice.
But it was awesome. So hilarious, like just to see somebody like choke. And this guy thought he was a badass. He's a cool ass dude, but it was just like, it's funny what people do under pressure, like how they just choke on things. Canada, Mexico, North.
It's forever gonna be known as Mexico North to Krillin, just because of I don't know if you like watch wrestling before, but like there's a
Oh,
wrestler
Krillin's
called
big on wrestling.
yeah, there was a wrestler called Scott Steiner, but he was also known as Big Papa Pump, and
We were just talking about him the other day. So you're true.
yeah, so he basically came up with the whole Canada being called Mexico North instead of instead of Canada. So that's always going to be, and I'm sure it will be Krillin's name for Canada.
Well, he told me I'm not even Mexican. I told him Texas used to be Mexico, and he was like, "Yeah, but it's not anymore. You're Chicano." Like, he went off on me.
He's gonna
And
sing what?
that's probably him right now. He's like, "Let me
Lupung
in. Let me go ham on."
Lupung Hini. Oh God! See,
That's my
this is
wife.
where my non-Filipino butt needs to learn more Filipino.
Yeah, and it is do your parents speak Tagalog, or is it like Ilocano or Bisayan?
No, they're pure Tagalog.
Mm.
Like they don't speak any other dialect because they're both from like Manila, basically.
Yeah, my that's where my wife's from, and her mom actually picked up all three of those dialects that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Only because of where she worked, she had to in order to make money over there, like you really got to hustle.
But my wife's family, like she has half from Manila, but then the other half is from Bohol.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The
So
butthole. Heard it's a dirty
the
place.
butthole.
Heard it's bleached
Hey,
everywhere.
I'd rather go there because it's probably a lot less hectic and less trafficy if I were to go back.
Yeah, I heard the traffic's there pretty bad too. I'm pretty sure it's worse than Korea because some places in Korea, you could run a red light when I was there. You could run a
Really?
red light, and as long as you're not getting in an accident, it's
Yeah.
like good to go. And people would even ride their mopeds on the sidewalk, and when there was too much traffic.
Yeah.
But other than that, from what I hear about the Philippines, is that they make one lane into like 3 lanes.
Oh yes, 1000%. And then you'll see people in like scooters, but then it's meant for like 2 people, but they end up with like 7 people for some reason.
How's Canada with transportation? Is it regular size vehicles like the US, or do they have like smaller type vehicles?
No, it's regular here. The only, I mean, yeah, no, as far as I can tell, everything's the same. Some of the name of the cars might be a bit different, but other than that, it's basically the same. I mean, I've been noticing a lot more like compact SUVs now as opposed to just regular sedans, but that's the gist of it. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that's just the push on just like trying to make the world better. Nothing wrong with it though.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, it was really hard to find parking. I remember finally getting my what was it, Chevy Avalanche at the time after the 40 days and 40 nights of rain.
Yeah.
And it still took about a month or two afterwards for it to be good enough for the boats to come in to get my truck. And I ended up going inside a parking unit and immediately the top of the
Oh
roof.
man.
Good
No
thing it was
way.
the plastic, the kind of bar things that were on top that,
Yeah.
I heard it and I backed out. But it was just like, what the hell, man?
Oh man, that's brutal. Ask Chris how many people have been in the Philippines. How would
Because
I
you
know
you would
that?
know because you talk to everybody in the
How would
Philippines.
I know that? Like,
And
I couldn't possibly give you an exact number
Chris,
for that.
Bobby asks questions to things that he already has answers for. And I'm afraid, like I want you to have your time right now to shine, because if I let him in, he's just gonna take over.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure you talk to everybody in the Philippines because it's so small. There's only like one island there, right? There's like so many islands.
There's like 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm an island boy.
Just trying to make it because I'm an island boy. Those two dudes are freaking killing it as memeing themselves.
Oh yeah, no, 1,000%. I mean, hey, can't knock their hustle.
Good night, Jeremy. Thanks for coming by. Really much
Night,
appreciated.
man.
Happy holidays. Ooh, so is it Christmas Eve over there right now?
Yeah, it's 12:30 here now. So yeah,
Nice.
it's officially Christmas Eve.
Nice. You got all the gifts together? Any for yourself that you're like, hey, I deserve this. I earned
Oh
this.
my god, yes. I bought this yesterday for myself and it's the best thing I've ever bought. I know it's I'm not like lavishly spending on myself, but it was the best 40 bucks I've ever spent. This
Yeah.
is this was like a $70 item on Amazon, but I managed to find it on Facebook Marketplace for 40 bucks. It's just a seat cushion for my butt, and then also like a lumbar support for my chair that I have. Just because I sit on the thing like for hours upon hours because I work from home, right? So
Hmm.
like I'm literally probably more than 10 to 12 hours in my chair, right? So I need something comfortable to have on my ass and my back every
So
day.
you said you had, including reselling, that's your number three with the jobs. So the two other jobs, you're able to you do that at home as well?
Yeah. So I like I would say reselling is number two for me, and then um, I just got into like recently virtual grading for a card company.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so I
What kind
do
of
that.
card?
So like sports cards. Like if you want to get cards graded, uh, with and then have them I go showcased with a nice looking label for your PC. Then that's I grade some of those cards. I just started doing it, but yeah, it's pretty fun so far. But I get to do it from home too, which is convenient.
3 million islands. Yeah, it's there's no counting them. They probably break apart. There's a lot of mudslides over there too in the Philippines. So, do they have to go through a company to go out to you? Like send it somewhere and then that company sends it to you, kind of?
Yeah, so like they do the scanning, and then basically all the scans consist of a whole bunch of different pictures, and uh, basically they like I'll be able to access these photos, and I'll be able to figure out any defects or I don't know, any bends or cracks or anything on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty fun so far. I mean, I obviously I love doing like working like with sports cards and collecting. Like I'm first and foremost a collector, so to do that on the side and as like a side hustle is pretty cool for me. Chris had one of the best trainers in grading ever. Yeah, for sure. So like uh Thrift and Goomba, uh like Mike is one of like the I think the OG creators for the company that I work for. So I learned from him a lot, and then also Anthony Pittsburgh. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
see him a lot more on like TikTok that I catch him.
yeah, really good
So,
guys, and like I'm learning a
did
lot.
they put you on what you're doing right now?
Yeah, yeah,
Those
absolutely.
are your plugs?
Yeah. So it's been pretty busy, but I mean, like I have to invest on my comfort so I can make sure I can work long hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the
Yeah,
best 40 bucks I ever spent.
sitting around isn't all that easy to do, you know?
Yeah,
Like it really does take a toll on you and your posture and
yeah,
then
for
your
sure.
health because you're not really physically active. Because I've been realizing that lately, like sitting around, editing, drifting stuff, like even in the garage, I'll stand for a while and then I'm like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
sit down and do this. And I'm like, this isn't healthy.
yeah. Like
So,
one thing I got with my desk, I have like a standing desk, so it rises up and goes down if I want to
oh
sit down.
yeah,
Yeah, so that
talking
comes
our
in
language.
handy. It's good to have a nice stretch when and then still be able to work while I'm standing.
Yeah. You're gonna end up getting one of those desks that elevate up where you're standing, or even get that yoga ball.
Oh, the yoga ball. No, 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 nothing like that. I'm gonna break the ball if I sit on that. 1000%.
Yeah. Was it up here? I was laughing at this earlier. Where is it at?
See, I can't got that song now in my head now. It was the Island Boy. Oh, man, that song's gonna be in my head now.
Yeah. It was something about Krillin. He was like, he knows kitchen Spanish. Oh, here it is. And that's so true about Bobby because when he even says it himself, he's like, out in the kitchen when they're working and the guys there are talking, and it's just like, as I read this, I'm like, that's how I can see when I was working in the kitchens myself, the way people talk. He does have that kitchen's Spanish.
That guy needs to have just content of just going through the drive-through. I guarantee he'll get a killing of views and subscribers just doing that.
Easy. Yeah, easy. And then that's where instead of buy me a coffee is like buy me Taco Bell or something. Because you could change that name. I was looking into that earlier. I was like, how do you do this? But it was like, I'm not there yet. I was just curious.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird too having that stuff, like, hey, buy me a coffee. But at the same time, it's like everybody else is doing it. If somebody does, cool. Thank you. It's a gift.
Yeah, no, I mean like it's a nice way to, I mean, to indirectly, I guess, like show appreciation to you, right? I
Mm.
mean, we're not asking, or you're not asking to give you like, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks when buying a coffee is literally like $1 or two, and when we know that. So I would think they would be more inclined to offer like a $1 or $2 donation as opposed to
Yeah,
a higher dollar.
that's true. And I like saying stuff that's on my mind like that because other people's thoughts help me understand more about other people because my background has been military and security, you know, with what I've been doing before coming to reselling full time to where it's
Mhm.
like, man, I don't think the same, I don't talk the same, but it's like I know it's not the way people out in the civilian world have been. So getting it out of my mouth is just like, okay, now I get it and I understand. So it helps.
I'm gonna get eaten by a bear.
Oh, Tracy's, yeah, because of the
Yeah,
back. I was trying to make it better to where I could have like the bear faces all around like a border,
yeah,
but I work out more on
yeah.
that.
That's
So
still pretty impressive. I love that drawing. You got to get me that. Like, I would so make that a shirt. Like
that's
that.
kind of one of the things I want to do now is like do like this type of stuff and put it on t-shirts or hats, and it's like, hey, this is yours if you want it, or I may make one for me and one for the person that it's about. And
Yeah,
if it goes anywhere, like I was saying this on Marcus Dixon Pickens,
yeah,
talking with him. I don't remember if it was on his live or my live, but
yeah,
saying like it would be pretty good to sell some stuff and use it towards like a good cause of here in Vegas or wherever say you are, that you could apply it to, like donate for
yeah.
something. Like I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think you can
What's
make
up,
a
Lewis?
good good chunk of money out of that. Like, I don't think it didn't take you very long to draw it, did you?
Mm, when before, so with that, when people hear you say, "Oh, it was fast," then
Yeah,
like when people were wanting me to do their designs, and I was telling them like, I won't take 2 weeks, I'll take a couple of hours. So they started using that as well. Since it doesn't take long, I'm gonna pay you less.
oh
You know.
man,
So then I started going, well, it's gonna take me 2 or 3 weeks, and if I could make it sooner, I will.
yeah,
And then people started asking, can you make it faster? Then I started learning, like, okay, you want me to do it faster, so I'm gonna have to charge you more because you want it faster.
yeah,
So I got away from clothing because it just became, other than the things getting stolen, I didn't have a graphic like my drawing tablet, and for the longest time, anyways, I just used my computer, but that was stolen too. So
mhm.
after getting into eBay, that helped me get more, or the profits went over towards equipment. And then I just sold some of my t-shirt printing equipment. What's up, Paul? Thanks for coming in.
What up, Paul? What's
Paul
going
has me on
on?
his lives every now and then, and it's just like I crack myself up. Like
Yeah,
just the vibes of people when you mesh, it just flows together,
yeah.
you know?
I
And you,
came by at like the perfect time. That one time, I think Krillin was bad mouthing Canada, and all of a sudden, I just happened to jump into that live, and I was like, what is he talking about Canada? What did he say? Oh, like,
say it to my YouTube face.
yeah,
Yeah. No, Paul and other people on here have been awesome and very open to helping me just build on what I'm doing. And they're doing the same thing for you. I think I ran into you, Tracy, Tommy, Jody, Goomba, and other ones like right around the same time,
Yeah.
and then I ended up just leaving.
Hey, I mean, things happen. I mean, like I mean, it just happens to be where I had to take time off because I was so busy, and like I just didn't have the time really to to make that content. But I mean, I mean, at the same time, I'm focusing on certain things too, right? So this happened to be in the back burner, but once like next year hits and Q4 is done, I'll be able to do a lot more concentration on like more content again.
On YouTube content, like
Yeah,
sharing it.
yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, that'll be good. There's a lot of people that I believe do miss you.
yeah. I think my last video was like end of November, so like December has been a wash for me. I might post like a couple more videos before the new year, but yeah, if I don't, for sure I'll be posting starting January.
Yeah. I started learning more about YouTube too. Like Tommy was one that shared my video and not so much like shared it on Facebook, but on YouTube. I didn't know you could do that until I saw his. I was like, what notice
Yeah,
is this? Because I was just kind of trying to figure out these tools and buttons, like what do they do? What happens? So I ended up seeing the little alert and I was like, what is that? Oh, so I looked at the bottom of the screen and saw the share because usually I just copy a link and share it myself.
yeah.
So that and then like how to actually I was trying to figure out like why am I not seeing like this post for example, the thumbnail on my end, but you got to go into the videos and then the uploads select upcoming videos, you know. Like I thought it all came down as once, so I was kind of freaking out for a second.
Yeah, he knows a lot of the crazy tools. I'm still
And they're simple. I just
trying to
haven't
learn more.
taken the time to like look at stuff until now.
Yeah, I got to learn more about it.
I definitely do. I do want better quality videos. Like I know like on my end right now, the video quality looks good, but once it ends and I go on my end to watch it on YouTube, it comes out like hazy. But I
Yeah,
mean, I'm glad people are enjoying it regardless. I haven't had any complaints, but for me, I just want to like raise the standard for my stuff a little bit, a
yeah.
little at a time.
Like I literally use my phone. I mean, I think the quality is fairly decent. I mean, I got a 1080p quality from my phone, but obviously I find a nice camera will do it a lot better with
Mhm.
like better quality. The thing is, I have one of those. It's just that I don't have like a mic input, so my audio will suck, but I have a nice picture. So that's the tough part. I mean, what am I willing to sacrifice? Uh, Good video, but not as good audio, or good audio and not as good video. So, well, I think I'm still steering towards my phone though. I mean, I still get decent quality anyway, and I still get really good audio. So Chris is Embiid MVP or what? I don't know. I mean, he's playing decent. I mean, I personally would love to give it to either KD or Steph. I think Steph has been absolutely killing it this year, especially without Clay. And when Clay returns, I'm pretty sure they're going to be championship contenders. Just the way they're playing right now, they're on another level right now. Golden State.
I don't
Sorry,
follow sports too much like I used to.
that's just my thing. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw like a Golden State Phoenix Western Conference final, because I think those are one of the two teams that will probably win it all. Or the Nets if they can get Kyrie to get back into it full time. We'll see. What? Unsubbing? Damn it. Please. Please, Paul. Please sub.
You better
Pretty
don't fall.
please. Okay, it's go Embiid. Go what's his name? Go Danny Green and Seth Curry. That's what I meant. I meant Seth Curry. Not Steph, Seth. All right? You can sub again. You can please sub again. Get me off the camera.
No pressure. Yeah, I don't know anything about sports like I used to. When I got in the military, it was just I couldn't keep up, and I just stopped
Yeah.
watching.
Dude, I love basketball. It's the best.
Yeah,
And I mean, I watch a lot of. I mean, I watch baseball. I used to play a lot of baseball, and then I used to watch a bit of hockey, but not as much. But
yeah.
like baseball and basketball are my main
You
sports.
ever played hockey?
I mean, I used to play like road hockey and never ice hockey though.
Mm. Misha, sports are overrated.
What? They
Reading books are
are.
in. No, I used to play baseball. Our school back home is very small. Like the kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade is all on the same campus. Like it's probably like a mile walking around the whole
Yeah.
area. It's not very big at all. And we just had football, basketball, track.
Really
Yeah. And being
interesting.
that I'm an immigrant, like naturally I just ran fast. So of course they selected me for every track and field team. So
Yeah, I think I stopped playing. Yeah, I stopped playing baseball back in high school, but so that was a while ago. But it was really fun to play.
Paul's
Oh
on
man,
one. He's just
Paul,
subbing to everybody.
Paul's a savage.
He is.
Broom
You
ball.
ever
Oh
played
my
blue
god.
ball?
Yeah, I used to play in elementary. That was like phys ed. Like whenever we had gym or something, we would play that every now and then. That's a classic game though.
Yeah. Is it like literally like a
Yeah.
broomstick?
Yeah.
Now, is that the Filipino brooms or the
Oh no, no,
mainland
no, no,
brooms?
no. You need more sturdier brooms than the Filipino broom. The
It's like
Filipino broom will just it'll just like if this is the broom and the ball, it'll just fly through
yeah.
when you try
It's
to
like
shoot it.
it's more like a duster, right? Like I
Yeah.
cracked I cracked up the first time seeing those Filipino brooms out in Hawaii because my mother-in-law had one. And
Yeah.
she's bent over, like doing it. And I'm like, you're hurting your back this way. Like, why would you do that? She's like, oh, no, no, it's okay, Anako. Like, this is what we use. And I'm like, no, just buy the mainland regular broom.
Broom.
And,
Yeah.
you don't have to hunch over like that.
Yeah. I mean, it'll eventually wear out too because like the what is it the I don't know what it's called the sticks that are
Straws.
being
I think it's
used.
like hay or straws, some kind of.
Yeah, like they eventually all get worn out. So they don't. If you use it a lot, they don't last very long. You put a donut in front of Krillin, he would beat you in a race anyway.
I'll challenge Krillin to that. Don't. My last name's Sanchez, so I might play a little dirty. Might be shoved in the back.
Oh god. Oh nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that game is so classic. Like I remember playing that as a kid. So fun.
Mm.
I
What's
played
the
in.
go? Well, I know you said beaver tails. I remember asking out in Iraq. I ran into some cops that were out there, and I asked them like, "Hey, I got a question for you." Well, actually, two of them. They're like, oh, "What?" And I was like, "Do cops eat donuts over there?" And the guy looked at the other cop and was like, "That's a good question. No, we eat pita bread." He's like, "What's your second question?" And I was like, "Do y'all have car insurance?" Because all of the IEDs, all of the roadside bombings, like you
Yeah.
could only imagine like the car insurance if they did have it over there. I thought they were really good questions.
Yeah. Donuts are wonderful. They have a new donut here actually. So there's like the main donut store we have here is called Tim Hortons, and so their main thing is donuts and coffee. But they had recently had a collaboration with Justin Bieber. So
Oh
he has
yeah,
his own line of donuts. They're like little balls, and we call them Timbits. But because it's Justin Bieber, we call them Tim Biebs. So like that's the equivalent to like a I guess
donut holes.
with like yeah, like Munchkins for
Yeah,
Dunkin' Donuts.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the equivalent to it. And then they have like all this sugary chocolate stuff like
Mm.
covering it as opposed to just a regular glaze or something. And so and it costs like 20 cents more than a regular, like Timbit as we call it, just because you're paying that 20 cents to Justin Bieber, basically, I guess.
Yeah, the branding, I guess.
Yeah, and then he has a bunch of like clothing line as well that came out with in collaboration with the Tim Hortons restaurant as well. So a lot of people are buying that and reselling his merch for like crazy
Yeah.
money. It's ridiculous. Like he has a like a fanny pack. He's got a beanie or a toque, with as we like to call it in Canada.
A what? A
Uh,
toque?
a toque.
A toque.
Yeah, but you guys call it a beanie.
I've been
Yeah,
wearing them lately.
yeah. So that I think they sell it for like $30 over here, but they've been reselling them for like 60.
Feeling Krillin played a mean game of badminton. I could see Krillin being out from New York playing a stickball or like handball. Especially him watching freaking the movies that he does.
Yeah. Cops in Ukraine eat caramels covered. Ooh,
Damn, that's quite a day.
that sounds good.
It does. Sounds delicious.
Bieber balls. Yes. Funny story. Michael Bublé wanted to get into that collaboration as well, and then call his like, was it Blue Balls? I think.
Yeah, because Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Bublé. I like his music.
Yeah, it's mellow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect Christmas voice.
Bieber wieners coming soon.
Bieber
So Bieber wieners are gonna be like Filipino longanisas.
Oh
Which
my
it's
god.
not long at all. It's like a little Vienna sausage, just a little bit more of a chub to it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yo, I don't know if you have an air fryer, but have you tried air fried longanisa?
no, I haven't. I just had some the other day because my mother-in-law bought like, I don't know, like 5 pounds of it.
Yeah, it's actually really good, but I do like the bit of the char from when you cook
Yeah.
it on like a frying pan.
Yeah.
So, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. It's not bad. Have you didn't go on?
Oh God, no. That's
No,
like,
I only
ah,
like the way my mother-in-law makes it.
yeah,
So I don't know what entirely dinuguan is, but this Filipino dish is made mainly by like blood of
pig,
some sort.
yeah,
Pig
pig's
blood?
blood. Yeah,
Pig's blood.
yeah,
And I swear you not, the first time I ate it, I was like, man, this is so good. But me being the Spanglish guy that I am, I'm like, I want to
yeah.
put this in a flour tortilla. And soon after like eating a bowl of it with rice, like I
Mhm.
literally felt like my heart slow down. And I'm like, what's I've never had this, like what's going on, you know? And I asked my wife, like, what is this? This is good. And she was like, well, I didn't want to tell you at first. Because the mainland term they call it chocolate meat.
Yeah,
So she was like, it's pig's blood or it's some kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, that
yeah.
probably
When
makes sense.
you try it, you would never know that it's
No,
like pig's blood.
no. I
Like
love it though.
I've tried it. I think it's disgusting, but that's because I'm so picky with what I eat. Like I don't like I couldn't eat certain things over there. Like that's Filipino.
Mm.
Dinuguan is one of them. Same with like bullet. I couldn't. You couldn't even
Oh, the
ask me to
egg?
leave. Yeah, the duck fetus egg.
No, I say I'll never try it, but who knows? I might get drunk enough when I go to Philippines and be like, hey, it's here in the
Yeah,
Philippines.
yeah,
You know, I might just give it a chance.
hmm yeah. I mean, I'd probably maybe if I got paid to try it.
So Krillin is saying it's taco time, and I said I didn't want to have him take over, but that's something that's a really good venture. So I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna send him a link if he's available. So, ladies and gents, open up some questions for Chris. I'm gonna just step out of the screen for a second and go have at it.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he's ordering. Actually, I had Taco Bell like beginning of the week. It's pretty good. I had some chicken quesadilla. Good stuff with a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. That is a drink that can get you. Like that's a really good drink. Uh, you get worms in your bum from Tim Hortons. I heard the
Your
Bieber
bum
donuts
bum.
were good. They're not bad. I mean, they taste like the regular ones, but with extra chocolate. I'd say it's not bad.
I'm almost done. I'm just trying
You
to find
eating
them
them
on.
from wrong end.
All right, Bobby, if you're still there, I did
Black
send
bean
you the link.
chalupa. You sent me it.
Oh, did I? Wrong, Bobby.
I just saw it now.
Oh yeah, I did.
Nice. Rip.
Okay, there we go.
I've never had black bean chalupas from Taco Bell though. That's worth a try.
Oh, well, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, Roman's in here. Let me see. There you go, Roman. I was just watching Roman's video earlier that he just released like a little before the live,
Mm-hmm.
and I left a comment on this because they got these fig toys that he was finding for a pretty good price, and over here I seem to always find them for like $10 and pass up on them. There's
Mm-hmm.
just some things that are like crazy priced, and then there's some like crazy expensive items that you would think are high priced, and they're not. They're like bottom dollar, which I'm not complaining about. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I went thrifting today. I don't get sometimes like there was two of the same ink that they were selling. One
Two
was like
different prices.
one was $5.99. The other one was $9.99. I'm like, they're the exact same size ink. They're the exact model ink. I'm like, why are they doing that?
I did that with some pants. I think yesterday or day before, I found some cinch up pants,
Mm-hmm.
and one had the tag removed, but the other one exact size and everything. So I just took them both up,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "All right, our price is the same." But there has been some, like you were saying, two exact same things, two different prices, and I would say, "Can I have it for the lesser price?" And they're like, "No." It's like, "But
Yeah.
it's the same thing." No, that's the price it is. But I finally built up the courage too the other day to have my GoPro. Like I had that little strap on. That
Yeah.
doesn't sound right. Had the
Strap
thing to put
on.
on, and I walked around with it, just dangling in the dirt.
Oh
Of
man, even dangling too. That's a
yeah, I let my dingle
interesting
dangle in
strategy.
the dirt, and
Interesting
nobody.
strategy.
I saw one of like the manager like kind of walk by me, and she kind of like, "What is that?" But then she kept walking. I was like, "Okay, that's a good feeling." And nobody really paid any mind to it. So trying to break out of my shell with some things.
There you go. I've always wanted to do that. I've never ended up like just remembering to bring it.
Mhm. That's another thing. I just forget a lot of stuff, and then I remember some like lately it's been good. I guess it's because like mental health wise, when you're happy and things are working out like just smooth, like things
Yeah.
are a lot better that you could remember and do and feel like doing rather than when you're like down and dealing through stuff like you're
Yeah.
thinking of the wrong things that you shouldn't be
And
thinking about.
like when I'm thrifting too, like I'm in a zone, right? So I don't really think about I mean, I try obviously I always think in the back of my head, oh shit, I gotta make content. But then
Mhm.
I'm also like I really need to concentrate because if I don't, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna miss something and someone's gonna pick that thing up. Because that's happened to me a couple of times. I was just so focused on getting the content out where like I missed like a box of like sealed Lego that I could have picked up and I just wasn't paying attention. And I was like I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, I could have gotten that.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at like sharing videos, not so much as that I'm making it like I need to share a video, but more of I want to share what I've found, like I'm excited about it, stay on that
Mhm.
rather than it being like, oh man, I have to do a video and it's today and it's been a few days that I haven't posted
Yeah.
something. Like I don't want to think that way because that's what got me out of YouTube in the first place was kind of being overwhelmed at things and then the
Yeah.
new job that I had at the time. Like I
Yeah,
just
and that
want to be at ease.
no, I completely agree with you. I mean, that's when you realize that like doing YouTube is becoming a more of a job as opposed to something you enjoy doing, and that's the worst thing that you want for being a content creator because it's just not going to work out like in the long run for you because you're just going to
Yeah.
feel forced.
Well, Roman, I hope you're doing good. I think I saw in there that you lost taste yesterday.
Oh man.
Yeah, Jake Yekov probably gave it to you. YouTube COVID. I hope he's doing good. I think the other day he was saying he was feeling better.
That's good, man. That's good to
Yeah.
hear.
That's tough. Like my wife working in the hospital, she texts me like when she texts me is either like, oh crap, I hope nothing's going on. I hope you're okay. Some of the
Yeah.
people that they deal with, her hospital doesn't deny anybody to come in. So that tells you a lot about the kind of people they get into as well. You know, good
Yeah.
and bad, a mixture. And she'll text me. The second text message I usually get is like, I got to go over to the COVID side. And I tell her,
Yeah.
like, well, you know, those people are going through stuff if they're in the hospital and you're helping them out. Like,
Yeah.
let them see the way you are, like the kind of good person she is compared to some of the people she complains about. She was like, but I don't want to be that person when they have COVID. But you're already there in the hospital, you know, there's so much
Yeah.
foot traffic, and that's just kind of the whole ordeal anyways when you go into groups. Like you can't complain. Well, me, I don't complain about COVID and being sick and things being dirty because I go thrifting. I go to the bins. I haven't been in a while, but that stuff, who knows where they come from, who donated it, what they had on there.
True.
Yeah. Oh, you Bobby look like Sunny had COVID positive. Are you? Oh man. Ladies and gents. Well, Roman, I hope you feel better, and
Yeah.
we can't get what you're having through the internet. So I'm glad. Hopefully, we're making your day better. Bobby, do it again. I'll add you. It just kicked off. He was trying to get in, and it flickered and bounced off. Here he is. Here we go. Ladies and gents, my brother from another, the New York mother, to be exact, Bobby.
Hey, what's up, Bobby?
A long time, my man, Chris.
I know. How's it
What's a
going,
good
man?
What's up, Bobby? Introduce yourself to the group, even if they know you.
How you doing? My name is Rob, sometimes called Bobby, sometimes called Krillin. And I don't know. Everybody knows who the hell I am here. I'm going to get Taco Bell right now.
Yeah, that's what.
It's about 1 a.m. in the morning here, Christmas Eve.
Yep.
Uh, in New York. Same time, I think you're in Canada, or otherwise we call it Mexico North.
Hey,
So
do
Never
you
gonna
see
go away.
that big ball drop on New Year's, Krillin? Bobby? Rob?
what do you mean on TV?
No, like in person. Do you go and watch that, or you're like, nah,
No,
I'm
are
over
you
it?
kidding me? I'm the last guy to go to there, man. Forget it.
Yeah.
You kidding me? You have I don't even want to tell you. People
Speak
have to
your
wear
words, my friend.
diapers,
Speak your
and
words.
you and when you get your spot, you have to. There's people they show up there in the afternoon, and you have to stand in the same spot for like 10 hours because
Damn,
it's so packed gym.
sounds like
Just
Black Friday.
yeah, I'm not those kind of things. That's for tourists, man. I'm not. You know, like I'm an OG New Yorker. So
Oh shit! Stand back,
that's kind of
everybody.
like it's kind of like for posers.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not gonna, and you go out there,
Those
you freeze
chins.
you freeze.
I had to
Right
hide
says if
that.
I hold it up here like this, you don't see my double chin.
That's why I got the camera angle like the way I do on me.
Yeah, that's why my camera's high and not low. So I
Yeah.
can purposely hide my chins too.
If you're not proud of your second or third chin, put a high five in the
You know
chat.
what? Honestly, it was funny. I'd rather look fatter on TV. And then when this guy sees me in person, what's his name? He's like, "Oh man, you're not that." That's like, I was like, "Oh, thanks, nice compliment." I'm not as fat as I look on television.
Yeah.
You know. I
Roman
was like,
says
"Yeah."
when he sees you, he instantly feels better. Rob.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
can't even see it. Wait, he doesn't feel well? What's the matter
No,
with what's his?
he's the Rona positive.
Oh, Rona.
Yeah,
Rona.
yeah.
Oh, that sucks. But I mean, if he's online talking, hopefully
No,
he's doing pretty
that's a
well.
good thing.
If you can joke around and play around. Oh shit! I can't find my damn thing.
What'd you forget?
I got all these boxes and shit here. I don't know where my phone stand is. You know what I mean?
Do you want to get
You know,
into your wrestlers like Chris was talking about earlier? Because you mentioned them, I think, two exact people earlier to me. I think it was like yesterday when we were talking.
yeah, because we always talk about wrestling. Oh, and there's actually very big wrestling news in Canada. Obviously, I'm sure Chris has heard about it,
Are you talking about
right?
Hannibal?
Yeah,
He
that's
was
like big.
talking about Hannibal.
And it's funny because he's from Canada and you're from Texas. Because it's funny because I've been telling people to watch Hannibal's show for like years, and some people do, some people don't. I know you said you watch it once in a while, right? Before.
Yeah, I mean he sound like his voice is like super mellow, so it can be a bit
Yeah.
boring. But he gets like every guest you can think of in like the wrestling business. It's nuts.
Well, that's what happened. Like Jim Cornette, which I can't. I mean, I'll listen to him. I'm interested in what he says, but I don't particularly care for Jim Cornette. But like he tries to diss Hannibal, and Hannibal's always like, "Yo, more people are watching my shit than you, bro." But
Yeah.
anyway, they're like, "Oh, his interviews are too kind of mellow." But I think in a way, my this is my theory. If he were to ask people too hard hitting of questions, then they wouldn't go on the show.
Yeah.
Like when he has like Missy Hyatt on or somebody like that. Oh, which wrestler had the biggest schlong or something like that? You know what I mean? Like
That's like a Howard Stern
know,
question.
Hey, before we get started
yeah,
on that,
like
Art of Reselling,
like
thanks for coming in, man. Your videos are blowing up. I saw it, especially with your son. Is pretty cool, especially how he was hating on the Raiders stuff. Even for the flip, I thought that was pretty awesome. True fan. Thanks for coming in. So back to
Hey man,
Schlong.
thanks for coming.
no, but I'm saying this guy Hannibal. I think he's cool. I give him super chats. But now like he's like
Hi,
public
Bridget.
enemy number one on the internet because you know what it is. Like a lot of these guys the wrestling now is really bad. That's the
Yeah.
problem. And what happens is like people like
Easter.
this guy like the Miz. He sucks. I mean, he has no character. He's just like a crappy character. And like Cannibal is like, look, number one, I'm legit. I was state champion wrestler. All right, he was like, I'm a real legit wrestler.
Mhm.
Okay, and then he's like all of the people that he wrestled, even in the indies, from Kevin Nash, Sid Vicious, Haku, Barbarian,
Yeah.
AJ Styles. He's like, yo, you don't even have my yeah, because wrestling is about politics. You know, yeah, if you play politics with the right company, yeah, you get big and make money, but that doesn't mean, that was always the thing why I loved Scott Steiner is because he used to make fun of Ric Flair, and he would embarrass Ric Flair because he'd say, "Look, Ric Flair, look at your body." He would say, "You're so flabby, right? And you call yourself the man. You look like crap. You're not legit." He's like, "You only got to be the champion. You know how many times? Remember Ric Flair? I'm the 16th time? How many times champion?
Yeah, probably 16 time.
Yeah, I'm the 15th time limousine riding, jet flying." He's like,
Oh shit.
"No, you got that way because of politics. You know how to screw people over, backstab them.
Uh,
Me, I'm legit. If you ever watch Steiner's matches back in Japan, forget about it."
Forget about it. Tommy said he would like for you to do the curly shuffle before he dies, but because of that, don't ever do it. That way he never
What?
dies.
Oh, I
He
wanted to
wants
show
see you
Tommy.
do-
I picked up something. Or I know Tommy likes polo. Like I picked up a rare polo item today.
Polo Sport.
Polo, not polo sport, but like
Mm.
from the vintage, back in the day from the '90s. It's a
Mhm.
puffer jacket. It's it's down filled, feathers,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it hit what you call it. It has. Do you know what the cookie patch is?
No,
No, I
actually I
don't know.
don't.
There's like a logo that's like stuff with this, like if it has the cookie, like the number one thing, like if you found like an old school Ralph Lauren item that has the skiing man on it, yo, pick that up. Anything, whether it's a t-shirt, whether it's a sweater, jacket, anything that's a skiing, you
Yeah.
pick it up. And
Tommy
also
wants to know
anything
what
with,
size.
huh?
What size is it? It's medium. I think Tommy's the
Yeah.
same.
No, Tommy, you kidding me? Tommy's large. It's a puffer jacket.
But the '90s cut, their classic cut, is more like you could fit an XL in it too, though. They have a unique cut to them, especially like the old starter jackets.
Yeah, that's true. But I paid up for this one. I went to this one. I told you I go to this one thrift store down in Jacob's neighborhood, and the lady, I flirt with her a little bit. The manager, I call her sweetheart and everything,
There you go.
And people don't. I don't know why. Maybe they're embarrassed to say that, but it's like, sometimes if you have women, especially if they're 50-year-old plus, flirt with them a little bit. Like, hey, how you doing?
What
How
does 60 and 50 fall under? What is that?
What do you think?
Is that cougar or is that what is that?
It's called the manager. That's all I give a shit about. She's the manager, and she has the ability to discount items, especially like at these thrift stores. They get stuff for nothing. People just donate it. So if you're like, sometimes she'll say to me, whatever you want, I'll give you 50% off. If you find something you like, I'll take care of it.
There you go.
Nice. Tommy said if it's a large or XL, he'll get it.
Nah, this one it's a medium, and it is naughty. And most of the stuff is kind of big, but this one, it's kind of borderline. I know most of them, like you said, most stuff is kind of really big, but this isn't like one. It's a little tiny big, but not like way oversized, like a full size. Like a half a size. So anyway, it's tan. It's a weird color because it's tan leather on the top, and on the bottom, it's like half and half is black, like cotton. It's weird, but it's rare. I'm gonna try to auction it. I'm gonna see where it goes.
Nice.
I'm gonna start the auction buy. Chris, you sell clothes or no?
I mean, I have a couple of things still in my store that are clothes, and then I have some shoes as well, but it's not as much as like hard goods.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
You missed your turn. You're closed.
Yes. Never mind. No. It looks like they're open.
I'm confused.
What are you ordering?
Is it open or closed?
I got to see who these guys hanging out on the street.
What are you ordering? What are you feeling like today?
He's probably gonna get the same thing. Side of guacamole. I love when he says it.
I'm trying to talk over you, man.
And a chicken all the way.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Ladies and gents, stand by.
How you doing, my friend? How's it going?
Doing good, you?
I've had better days. Number 6.
Bye.
Good. All right.
What's that supposed to mean?
I gotta turn these guys down. So let me have
Number 6, chicken all the way.
chicken all the way.
There you go.
Okay.
He knows.
And then a Dorito Loco chicken supreme, and then nachos with cheese, and a side of guacamole, please.
Guag. The guag.
Yeah, and light ice in the large diet, please.
Yep.
Guag with the G.
Cheese, and then what else?
Yeah, looks like it.
That's it. 1703 is the total.
Thanks, kiddo.
Damn, 1703? That's like $30 Canadian. Jeez.
Really?
No, I'm
Damn.
just kidding. It's not. That's like 20.
Yeah, 25.
20
Probably is about 25 Canadian in Canada.
In North Mexico?
Mexico North.
Yeah. You got North Mexico.
That's
North
fine.
Mexico pesos.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I just don't want to take one sip. Sometimes I take one sip and the whole thing is gone. What's going on, Marvin? Milton.
Close enough. Close enough.
Okay.
I had better days.
Milton. Marvin. Melvin. I forget.
It's all the same.
Mix it up.
It's all the same.
But you know what's funny though? I gotta tell you something. I know. So you're Chicano, but that's weird. How a lot of guys like that doesn't sound like. But there's a lot of people who are Latinos who have that name, Melvin, Marvin.
A lot of Filipinos too. I got several friends that are
Really?
Marvin and Melvin.
Really?
Yeah, I have a lot of Marvin friends too.
Yeah, not.
I'll be at just a minute.
I wonder
Thanks,
if they
my
watched
friend.
Looney Tunes
Thank
back
you.
in the days and got that.
It's not just Francisco and Pancho Villa and all that other shit.
What's up, Matt?
Yeah, so I was asking, but I was curious. But you said in Philippines, you don't commonly hear Spanish being spoken.
He's not in the
No,
Philippines.
no, but I mean, like they incorporate it in a lot of their like when they talk in conversation. I mean,
Okay.
it's put in between like the Tagalog Filipino language with Spanish
Like
stuff.
Chicanos, like they do like we were talking. My all-time favorite movie is The Blood In, Blood Out. You saw that,
Mhm.
right?
Oh, I know that.
Chris?
I know that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but like we were talking the other night about it. I says, but when you watch it, you have to watch it just in the one version because they speak like a special kind of Chicano language where it's like half English, half Spanish, half made up words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's like their own type of language. So, like you said, it's kind of incorporated the Spanish language. Like, could somebody get by speaking Spanish over there?
I mean, you get according to Walker earlier, you get by with kitchen Spanish.
Really? Or,
Yeah.
or English. More people would speak English over there or Spanish.
In the
I mean,
Philippines?
they talk a lot of Taglish,
Yeah.
which is like English,
Yeah.
Tagalog.
That's now, yeah, I know Tagalog. That's the main language you were saying.
Yeah, I'd say for the most part, yeah.
So, but what are the? Does it look more like the Thailand kind of like? What do the letters look like?
Well, I mean, the letters are similar to the
What
the
do the
actual
letters
English
look like?
alphabet.
What kind of font
But I mean,
size
it's just
is
that
it?
they're. But I mean, yeah, they're
Oh,
just.
okay. So it's not like different the character. It's not like you ever seen like Arabic or Thailand. It's not like that. It's
No,
not
no, no.
like
No, it's not
so.
like that
It's
at all.
Arabic is
a lot
crazy.
easier. Yeah, and it's backwards.
I only
Like
know,
if you were to
Quran and
see a word
Ma'at.
in Tagalog, all you have to do is just sound it out and spell it out.
You're
It'll.
nuts.
It's Milton.
I'm talking
It's
to these
Milton.
other guys over here.
It's Milton. Thanks, Milton.
I'm talking to my friends over here. This guy's from Canada. This guy is from Texas.
What's up? What's up, Milton?
You say, ¿qué ondas?
That's my
He's
guy.
Chicano. All right. You put the mild sauce in here? Okay. Thank you.
What about the
Thank you.
guac? Is the guac in there? Don't forget
Did you
the
get the
guac.
guacamole? Damn, look, man, no hands.
Watch out. A couple of guys hanging out on a street corner. I want to know what the fuck is going on.
Wait. Oh, my bad.
Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is.
Oh, they're hanging out
My
in the
neighborhood
street.
is, yeah,
Look
my
at that wheel
neighborhood is
turning.
going down over here. So I kind of have to
Oh.
be more on alert, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more cautious.
At nighttime, there's like this bar that just opened up across, like, and there's a lot of characters. They come from all over to come hang out at this bar.
Yeah.
So I gotta wonder who these guys are. But not like my friends Milton or Mo. Oh shit! Is it Melvin or Milton? Oh shit!
Milton. It's Milton, dude.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure he was born. He might be. What do you call somebody if they're born in here but they're from El Salvador? What is that called? What is it?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I would
Yeah,
just call
over
them
here we have a lot of guys here from El Salvador. That's the most common like Latino that we have, you know, in this neighborhood. And then in the next neighborhood over, we have Dominicans. They eat something called Sonny. I can't see Sonny. Is Sonny you there?
Yeah.
Do
Are
you know
alright?
what?
You go blind?
I can't. I'm trying to drive. I'm trying to pay attention to the road. Do you know what a pupusa is?
Yeah. I love pupusas.
Oh
They're
yeah.
tasty.
I know it's. Is it like a burrito?
No, not at all. Completely different.
Really? No. What's it more like? Is it more like what the hell's that other thing? That's the Colombian one. What is the other thing?
I don't think
What's
I really ate any Colombian food. But what I could relate it to is so back where I'm from, we make gorditas, and they're made to kind of puff up like a pocket of masa or
Yeah.
dough. And when it puffs up, you put a little slit and fill it in. But with the papusas is more of it being a little more doughier, softer. Little cheese,
Oh.
little meat in it.
The Colombian one I'm thinking of is empanada.
There's all types of empanadas everywhere, especially Filipinos. They make really good empanadas. But a lot of the stuff that my wife's family side makes is there's a lot of sugar and a lot of sweetness to it. Not really any spicy stuff.
Really
Yeah.
interesting. Oh, there I see. Annie put she likes lumpia.
I love lumpia.
Yeah, I'm a big
It doesn't
lumpia
even
guy.
have to be like pork or beef. It could be vegetable and it's still really good.
Yeah, lumpia is good stuff.
Lupita?
Lumpia is like an egg roll type of. It's like a skinny egg roll.
Yeah, so small, but you eat so much of them.
Oh, speaking of egg roll, tomorrow it's my mother's birthday,
Oh,
but she doesn't want to
no
go
way.
out.
Today or tomorrow?
You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's technically today. 'Cause it's-
Oh, happy birthday to your mom. Everybody
Yeah,
say
happy
happy birthday to Bobby's mom. Awesome.
And she doesn't want to go out because of coronavirus, even though she's
Yeah.
got all the shots. Whatever. That's fine. I'd rather not sit out anyway. It's not that I really, whatever. I don't mind. I'll bring it back. But there's one like kind of not fancy Chinese restaurant, but it's not like a regular takeout. It's like a more just sit down restaurant with cocktails and waiters. It's a nice place.
Yeah.
It's called So Far So Good. And I always get when I go there because they have a little bit. It's not like just like a regular place. What they do is they have the fried ducks.
Hey,
So that's
Bobby, can you do
Interesting.
the Vatos Locos forever in the accent? Like in the movie?
Vato Loco. Ese Vato Loco.
Can you
For life.
impersonate Popeye?
Well, okay. Wait, but you have to play one of the other characters.
No, I can't. I don't remember that stuff, but I can
Hey.
imagine you nailing it.
Go change it. Go change your tire, güero.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
You never seen it?
No, I have. It's just I haven't
Oh,
seen it in a
it's
long
been a
time.
minute.
No, I said that there's one specific scene where he's working this job, right? It's like what do they call it? Like a job when you get out of jail, like a shit job. But in order to have parole, you have to work a job. So they work this job fixing tires, and then he comes back into the apartment, right? And he's all dirty, he's exhausted, and he goes to knock on the door to where he's staying, and you see the guy, that Mexican guy with that gun. Remember that gun he has? That huge. So he knocks on the door and he says, "Hey, ¿quién es este güero?"
Oh,
Like
is that when
Ronald
they got
Reagan.
out? That's when they got out of prison, right?
Yeah. When he gets out of prison, that's when he has to work at that tire shop. But then with the one night when he goes back home with Crucito, when he's just finishing work, that's when Popeye and the other guy Clavo, they're making the plan to rob the to do the robbery. But it's just the dialogue is great because when he goes back, he's exhausted, and just the way he says it. He puts the gun in his face. He says, "Popeye, ¿quién es este güero?" It's Ronald Reagan, motherfucker. Open the door. and then he says, "What is it saying? What the fuck happens?" He goes, "What the fuck?" That was funny. Just the whole scene, the way it's laid out.
No, it's
Yeah.
nice.
Because-
I like it.
Yeah, because you know what it is? It's like the whole move with the theme of the movie is he is Chicano, but he looks white, right?
Yeah.
Like a regular gringo, So all the other guys, they think he's soft because he's white. And constantly throughout the movie, he has to show that he's tougher than the other guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the whole thing, is that he has that chip on his shoulder because they're like, "Shut up, white boy." And then he's like, then he puts the knife to the guy's throat. He's like, "Really?"
Yeah.
I'm waiting for another reseller to come in with their name being Jackson because of the Van Damme. I think it was Bloodsport, and he was like, "Jackson, you look like a Jackson." Like I've been waiting for that.
Oh yeah, that's why last. So then the other night, Chris, the other night we were talking about Blood In, Blood Out,
Okay.
and then Lobster. He thought we were talking about Bloodsport. So for like 10 minutes, they had to try to explain. No. Bloodsport is the
He was
movie.
tired. He's been
That's the
working.
Van
his butt
Damme
off.
movie, right? Bloodsport.
Yeah, they go to
Van
Hong
Damme
Kong. It's loosely based after like
Mortal
they
Kombat.
based
Fighter.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
Yeah.
they based Mortal Kombat off of Bloodsport. Like
Right.
Johnny Cage, I think, is supposed to be someone, whoever it is. But I'm just saying, it's loosely based off of Mortal Kombat and kind of Street Fighter. But it's like they call it the Kumite,
Yeah.
but which is
Hey,
I think
Ron,
it's a really
that was another one. Hey,
Yeah, it was a classic.
I think that's a freaking great movie.
I spelled that.
Spanish.
I failed at Spanish too. Believe it or not, like I barely got by.
I told you here's the story. So make the story short. There's a guy who used to live around the corner from me. His name was Joel Cuevas, Puerto Rican, right? And he
Cuevas.
moved here,
Okay.
Cuevas,
Yeah.
and he moved here from Brooklyn. So what happens is he was in the Spanish class. So everybody starts cheating off of his paper. And then they got the test, they got the scores back, and they're like, "Oh, we all did bad on the test. We cheated. We copied you." He's like, "Man, Puerto Rican. We don't speak Spanish in my house." He's like, "We don't really use Spanish."
Yeah.
He's like, Puerto Ricans don't really speak Spanish. So and he's like, and it was funny because this was at the time of Beavis and Butthead. So like they would ask, like people like in school, like wise ass people would be like, "Joel, speak some Spanish," and he would just do the Beavis and Butthead like Rico Suave.
Yeah.
Remember Beavis and Butthead would do their Spanish?
Oh yeah.
I remember
So
staying
he
up
would
late
just-
watching MTV just to watch them late night.
And he would do Beavis and Blood In, Blood Out.
Yeah,
Fucking the best
that's what it
movie.
was.
What are you eating? Is it the nachos?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? So let me ask one question because I'm about to leave. I gotta go inside and eat.
Yeah.
What's going on as far as like lockdowns and rules and shit like that in Canada? Like,
Oh my
is
God.
restaurants are open? You can't
So-
go with like, and also, is it depend on your city? Depends on your province? Depends on.
No, so yeah, I mean, yeah, it depends on the province you're in, but like just last Sunday that just passed, they just implemented like another like strict policy again because the cases were going back up again, so they limited the number of people that go into like stores and restaurants to like 50% capacity again.
And
then,
they
like,
check you for papers.
no, I mean only if you're gonna eat in or something, you like dine in, they'll check you, but and then
You
like
say-
they limited number of people for like indoor parties and stuff just before Christmas. So
We don't need no stinking papers.
Yeah.
They'll show you. I told one guy, this guy's asking me for papers. I swear, like, because I went to the Goodwill bins like a month ago or so, right?
Yeah.
And and there's a one diner called the Georgia Peach Diner on Queens Boulevard. So I was like, oh, I haven't been here in a long time because I don't really go to New York City that much because there's no point for me to go to New York City. So, but where the Goodwill bins are, it's on the way home. So I was like, oh, I'll stop in. And the guy's asking me for my papers. I said, papers? Fucking American, man. What are you asking me for my papers, man? I'm not going to
Yeah.
have some old Greek man ask me for my papers.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right. Then he's like, you have to order for takeout. Then you got to leave. So I
Yeah.
says, okay, fine. I said, papers? My papers? What do I look like?
Rolling papers.
I live here.
Un cucuy.
But over here, we're in my county, because everybody always fuck. I don't see that's the thing. I don't know if people play stupid or they just breaking my balls.
I think I
But-
just am stupid.
I live on the next county over. My county is not New York City. People's like, oh, you
Mhm.
live in New York. I said, I don't live in New York City. I live near it. I mean, like, yes, if right now, let's say it's 2 o'clock in the morning, there was no traffic, I could probably get to Times Square in 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like, it's not so far.
Good thing I have the YouTube pop-out chat open because I'm seeing Roman. Who's he? They're like deleting each other's comments on here.
What? Oh.
Oh, and Joe's. What the hell? You're about to get demoted.
Wait, so today is what? So today is technically Friday, right? Going into right?
It's
Today's
going
Friday?
into
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, going into
Yeah.
Friday, yeah.
No, because I gotta remember because they picked the garbage up Friday, but but Friday is not the holiday.
Yeah.
Christmas Day is the holiday, so
So you got to take.
so
out
I
the
gotta
crap.
put
Are you
gotta
gonna
take
take
out the garbage.
Are you gonna take tomorrow off,
Garbage.
like Friday off, to celebrate?
Friday off of what?
Like from just working.
This is for life, man. Reselling. There's never you take off from reselling.
It's your mom's
for life.
birthday. It's your mom's
What?
birthday, though. It's your mom's birthday.
Yeah.
This is for life. Don't take no day off. No, it's for life. When it's NWO, it's NWO for life. No. So tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna. My mother wants a Chinese food from
There
that
you go.
place. So far, so good.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go pick it up. I mean, and I hope. The thing is, like, I gotta order it, and I gotta go pick it up. But I don't want to order it too far ahead of time. I don't want to get really cold.
Yeah.
So, but it's like I said, it's not just like regular Chinese food. It's really good. You know, like it's really expensive. It's not, like a takeout where you get a meal for like $7 or something. You know, it's like it's like a sit down restaurant.
It's the good quality MSG.
Yeah, it's a good quality MSG. Where they have service. But like I said, I always get the duck because the duck, if they do it right,
Yeah.
sometimes Peking duck.
Yeah.
Sometimes this one is some other kind of thing. It's like some honey fried duck, and I'm like, shit sound with like sesame seeds and shit, and I'm like, shit sounds fucking good.
It does
I'm
sound
like,
good.
Merry Christmas,
I'm
Marie.
like, I gotta look it up online. I gotta see if there's a picture. I mean, of course, sometimes you look online, you can find some other recipe what it looks like.
Yeah.
Obviously this place they don't have they don't have a picture menu. It's a regular menu, but but it's not cheap. Like I think they only give you like half a duck. It's like $22.
It's not bad.
No.
I mean, I guess if it's really good, yeah, for sure. I guess it'll be worth the money.
Yeah. Peking duck has like a brown black sauce. It's good,
Yeah.
but that's roasted and chopped up. This is it's fried. I think it's just the meat. They probably take it off of the bone, then they fry it with the honey sauce, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
But that, and then they give you like these like noodles like this, but like they're like crisp. Like you go to a Chinese restaurant, they have those little crispy noodles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This place has like these. Yeah, but this place has like these thick.
Fried noodles? I like fried noodles.
No, but this place has like the thick, crispy noodles, and they put that sauce on the side. And the duck is the best. But this guy, I don't know. They have ducks over there in I forget where he's from. Roman.
New York? Is he your neighbor?
No. I told you I do have a guy in my neighbor. The guy
Good
close
night.
by.
Thanks,
His name
thanks
is
for
Roman.
coming by and spending some time with us.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Appreciate it.
And he's
Merry
actually-
Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Merry
They're
Christmas,
both from the Soviet Union. They're both from the Soviet. They're both Soviets.
Him and
Okay.
Philly Flipper.
But the guy, he was no. Actually, yeah. Phil, what's his name is from the but he's from the other side. He's from the European side. These guys are from the Asian side. They both. Roman is from the Asian part of the Soviet Union. This guy is from a place called Tajikistan, but I forgot I think he says he's Uzbekistan, or what's the other one? Borat. Remember that guy? Borat.
Kazakhstan?
Good actor.
Kazakhstan. I think that's where Roman is from. This Roman, not my Roman. I think he's from Borat. Hey guys. No, I think that's where he's from. He'll put it in chat.
Yeah.
I forgot which one. It's one, but he's not. Wait, probably doesn't matter where I'm from. Will you sound like Tony Montana?
But
What difference it makes where I'm from? Where are you from, Tony? What
It's
difference does it make?
important that I like that.
Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
Uzbekistan. Okay,
Yeah,
that's where I had another guy.
Yeah, used right.
I knew another guy who was from Uzbekistan too, but they're all like in that Central Asia, north of India kind of area.
What'd you get your mom for a gift? I know you got your dad the TV, but how'd that work?
You want to
out?
let?
How'd the TV work out?
Oh well, let me finish real quick. Since you guys are talking about it, I bought her the air fryer.
No
Oh.
way. Nice.
Yeah, because I know everybody, and we were looking at stuff on the commercials and stuff, and I was like, you know what? And when I got the idea to get the air fryer when I was at Best Buy, so I'm gonna have to probably call somebody on Saturday to help me out
Mhm.
because there's no way. There's no way. What?
No, I see a bot that just popped in.
Yeah. So I bought
Might
like
not be a
it was a
bot. It could be someone from
Samsung.
that country.
Are you
Yeah, you
guys?
think
You
so?
guys are very good with the smart TVs, Chris. Are you good with smart TVs too, right?
I mean, not really, just because a lot of the TVs I have right now are not smart TVs. So
Really?
I use like the Amazon Fire Sticks to get like the channels I want.
That's what happened. You know what? I bought that like 2 or 3 years ago. I bought the Fire Stick. Excuse me. I plugged it in, still couldn't figure out how to use the damn thing. I called the customer service, and the
Yeah.
woman from she didn't even understand a word of English. And I'm explaining to her, and she's saying, I said, well, what do I do next? And she's clicking on thing. And she's like, oh, go to this menu option. I says, ma'am, the options that you're saying are not there. Like you're saying, go to this blah 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 blah, and it's not giving me those options. And then
Yeah.
she's just, how like sometimes when you're talking to eBay people, they just read from the script.
Yeah.
It's like no. It's like no. I can't get the thing to work. So I
Yeah.
got frustrated, just shut the shit off. So hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that this thing we can get this thing to, because I still don't. I should have asked the guy. But you know what it is when you're at Best Buy during Christmas, you're in a rush. They're giving you a rush. The guy's not gonna. I mean, he'll help. He'll answer questions for you, but not in-depth questions. Like I said, do I still need the cable box? And he said the same kind of things. Like, well, you could still plug it in. I'm like, doesn't help me, man. Do I need it or I don't need it?
Yeah.
How does my cable company know that I have a smart TV now? Is it whatever? I don't know. We're gonna try to work. I'm sure there's probably, if I go on YouTube, there's probably a step-by-step. Somebody I'm sure made that video already. How to hook up that TV from soup to nuts. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to do.
That's what I did, man. I YouTubed like how to get shows and movies on my Fire Stick, and
I need a Fire Stick.
so good, man. It's been the best thing. Like I don't even have TV
Oh,
anymore.
okay. So wait, what do you need? Wait, you have a smart TV. Why do you need a Fire Stick?
No, I don't have a smart TV.
No, him, Sonny.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Because the smart TV is more for like the apps that you could connect to that I'm paying for already, but the Fire Stick has way more content for way less. So there's a lot of stuff you could watch on it.
That you can't just get through the TV.
No.
So
Like
what can I get? I see a picture of Netflix. You can get Netflix.
Oh, I definitely got Netflix.
And then I got to figure out how to hook that up. I don't know. Do the channels change channels now? Because that's another thing too.
To the channels.
What?
That hurt my head.
No. You
My
understand what
brain
I'm saying. But you have to remember this too, Chris. You live with my dad. He's an old man.
Yeah.
So what happens is he watches the Western TV shows.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the afternoon, he watches the Western shows. So I have to be able to make sure that when I plug this thing in, that those Westerns come on.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't want to be in limp. Like, I don't know. Are they the same channels? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, is it still going to be channel 32 that he puts it on and gets the Westerns? So, is it still going to be the same networks or on the same thing? Is it a whole different chat? Like, when you go over to a new system, when you go over to, like, who's the one feeding the regular channels in?
Yeah, that would
Is
be
it the
based on
cable?
your provider. That's based on the cable provider.
Okay, all right, okay, but now that cable provider, do I have to now?
Bobby,
But this is the whole point.
Are you going inside your house to see the Christmas tree? Because people have been asking for that too.
No, I'll send you a picture and then you can post it. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you, man. Unless my dad is sleeping, then I can't turn the light on.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later. Ciao.
Okay. Later, man.
Bye, man.
Take it easy. Don't
That was
throw in
fun.
Lone Ranger. Oh man. Chris, are you tired? I know it's late up over there and you're a busy man. I don't want to keep you if you are.
It's all good, man. Whatever.
You
Yeah.
let me know. Not that I want you gone. Like, I'm glad you showed up, and it's fun having you here and seeing you back. Hopefully, you see more stuff from you. Other people could see what we've been enjoying in the past from you.
Yeah, no, man, it's been fun. I mean, like when I do get live and everything like that, it's always a fun time.
Yeah.
Just talking with everyone in the chat and seeing Krillin. I haven't seen him in a while, so it's pretty cool. Like talking to him. I mean,
Yeah. I've been having on quite a bit on my end, and it's nice, man. Like, I just crack up with them, and it's not like a pincushion or anything. It's just like when you enjoy people, you want more of them.
yeah,
So,
for
and
sure.
he's one of them guys.
Like when I went live, like back in the day, like I was live all the time, but like it was always fun talking to Krillin, just like talking wrestling or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken, I think you're right. The stuff that he's asked, like, so harped up on, I think he's talking about himself. The air fryer
The
might be for
Western channel.
himself too.
Yo, that air fryers are so key right now. Like they cook everything so quickly. It's so good. Like I love using my air fryer for everything. It's really good for like if you have leftovers. Like I eat leftover pizza sometimes and I use an air fryer to reheat it. It's really good.
Yeah. My daughter
Allergic to
is
the words,
allergic
will
to
you?
words. Will you? And everything
Nice.
else that follows. That's funny. You got any allergies, Chris?
No, I am not
No.
allergic to anything.
That's good. I'm not allergic to anything either. Air frying is convention cooking, no? Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I don't know how the exact science works, but I guess in some way it is, yeah. But I mean, I find it cooks a lot faster actually than right your typical convection oven.
I see people throughout social media platforms make some really good, like, looks like it's tasty stuff. I don't know if it actually is, but a lot from that same unit rather than set like dishes after dishes of washing and cleaning. So yeah, but it's convention. They are renamed it and put it on a smaller device.
That's how they get you.
Just got to get in the right people's hands and eyes to share it, and boom,
Yeah.
starts running with that.
But I love mine. I can't complain.
What's like your go-to thing that you make?
I want to say steak. Yeah. I get a nice cheap steak at the grocery and I put it into the air fryer. I season it up with like Montreal steak spice and then put in the air fryer for like, I want to say around 15 minutes. And then it's usually pretty good at that point. It's a nice, I'd say medium to medium well when it's done.
Yeah. Is there something like you tried and didn't like that you made? Like you would never make that again? For the air fryer?
I'm gonna say fried chicken. I struggle with it.
Yeah.
Like as much as I want to eat air fried chicken, it's tough to make it that crispy. You need specific, I think, ingredients to make it give it that crispy coating. I heard like I don't know if it was baking powder or like cornstarch or something. There's one of those items that make it crispy, but you can't just put like breading and hope for the best that it just turns crispy. It's not that easy.
That's smart, Tracy. Twist the words. The last time I used the crock pot was probably about a few months ago. I made this dish that they don't make here from out in Texas called carne guisada. And a lot of people are quick to say carne asada. It's not. It's completely different. It's just stew meat. Just like I mostly like the cumino taste of it.
Mhm.
and inside a flour tortilla with some cheese is like one of my favorite things back home. Opening it up though is one of those things. If you do with the cheese, you're like,
Yeah.
"What is this, diarrhea?" So I told my wife the first time, like, "Don't open the taco," and she was like, she did anyways. She was like,
Yeah.
"This looks gross. It looks like diarrhea," and I was like, "I told you, don't look at it."
Yeah.
She took a bite and she was like, "Can we order 3 more?" That's how good it is. So I ended up making it myself because they don't make it here. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things, like little things they don't make here that I really wish they did. So started making it myself.
I remember I made a recipe. It was actually pretty good. Uh, it was like mozzarella sticks, but what I did was I froze the cheese, and so when it's frozen, that like it'll allow it to cook the breading a lot easier. But I used
Mm,
like the flaming hot Cheetos.
I
I
love
put that
flaming hot
into
Cheetos.
I put that into crumbs, and then I use that with egg to batter that up, as opposed to like regular breading.
Mm.
It's pretty fire.
My wife wants a air fryer, but we haven't gotten one yet.
Got to get on that
I
air
ended up
fryer
finding a
bandwagon.
Ninja, one of like, I guess I don't, it's not an air fryer. I think it's more like a crock pot type thing for like
Yeah.
14 bucks. I claimed it and my mother-in-law was happy to get it. And I was like, "Yeah, you're happy to get it. Cook something in it." But then she tucked it away somewhere. I just realized it when I was watching who was it, Cat? I think
Mm.
she came across one, the nurse flipper. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I do have one of those. I need to list it." Guisada. Yeah, I love it. Especially I make it two ways. Either the first time in a crock pot, which I want to make more of it because I could let it sit overnight and it'll
Yeah.
just be more tender and fall apart rather than cooking it in the pan and being in a rush that it's not so tender. Man, I remember as a kid too going using the old popcorn. It was like twisted aluminum foil on like a little pan type thing, and you're
Yeah.
just shaking it around until it popped.
Oh god, yeah. I
Man, I'm
remember
old.
that. You
I'm old
Come
for
on,
real.
we're not that old. Come on. We look young. We
How
when
old
we
are
sh-
you?
how old do I look?
If you're saying we don't look that old, we're probably the same age. I'm 40, so I'm gonna give you 3 years younger than me.
That's pretty close. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
I'm 36.
nice. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
well, actually, that was not good math because that
it's
would have been
4.
37.
We don't do math. We said it earlier. We said that. We put it out there earlier
That's
as a
true.
disclaimer. We can't learn math.
But if you convert it to Canadian, then it would be 36.
Oh yeah, that's true. North Mexico.
There you go.
Depending what time zone you're in, it means you're
True.
still in here.
True.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just see your comment right now. What was it? Annie and I had beef burgundy all over the ceiling
Oh
before.
no.
Oh man,
Oh, that's brutal.
that is brutal. And also, when you see vintage pressure cooker as a planter, I wanted to resell it. I seen one of the other day, and I wanted to get it, but come to find out, my mother-in-law has one. She was with me thrifting. She likes going with me. That's one thing. Like I look at her sometimes, she's sitting there, and I'm like, I don't want to take her with me. I squint my eyes, like I need to think about this. I'm like, hui, hey mom, hui. She was like, ah. She was like,
Ah,
hey, you want to go thrifting? Oh yeah. Let's go. Man, she moves so fast.
that's awesome.
Yeah, she loves thrifting. She gets stuff for herself and also for like people in the Philippines. So
Yeah.
every few months she ends up paying like I'm not sure if it's like $50 or $100 for these certain boxes. Fills
Yeah.
them up, like packs them. Very good packer. Maybe I'll hire her for my shipping orders, but she always donates to out there.
That's awesome. Anyone below 200 is young. True.
Credit to Canadian, yes. Like 36, eh?
36A.
Oh man. That's definitely true. Roman. 4 years younger now, according to Chris conversion chart.
Yeah. It's my crazy conversion chart.
Dirty 30 for a few more months. Yeah. Man, time passes by so fast. Like being in the military went fast until like my last year back in like 2011
Yeah.
because I was dreading like just not so much dreading. I was excited to get out, but it's like things you want the most and excited about seems to like take forever. And then after that, it was just like things felt slow, but looking at it now, I was like, man, time goes by so fast. I'm vintage but not antique. Yeah, you're not 100 years old yet.
So there's that.
And there's that. Enough said about age.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. I'm not gonna ask people's ages in here because some people are like, I don't want to tell you.
But like when I shave though, like when I'm completely clean face, people think I'm like
A kid.
30 or like 29 or something. So I'm
Yeah.
like, that's
This is me after like 2 months of not shaving. Like I don't have nothing.
really.
Yeah, I have like little stubs and stuff, but that's it. Like it's really
Yeah.
it's really pitiful.
This is like, I'd say a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah, I need to shave though.
Yeah.
It gets pretty irritating.
But at least yours connects on the side. Mine doesn't. Mine like skips around.
Yeah,
Like I don't have.
but I had to like just, even if it's bare, like mine was probably the same as yours. Like I didn't get anything here, it was very uneven, so I just end up shaving whatever was there, even if it was empty, and it'll
Yeah.
eventually just grow.
Yeah. Fu Manchu.
Oh god.
And then Roman, I think you're talking about wine, right? Doesn't wine get better after aging? Not antiques. Mint. Eventually, we'll all be mint. Hopefully. Hi, Anfisa. Thanks for coming in. Probably listening in while you're working.
What's up, Anfisa?
Again, thanks everybody for coming in. Here, having Chris through
Yeah, this is
BCQ.
awesome, man. This is awesome. You guys are awesome in the chat.
It definitely helps when like you talk and it's just like you could go with what people say, like blend it in.
Yeah, that's what makes for a good live. Like, you see the participation and the conversations going on in the chat, and you feed that conversation into the actual live, and just becomes organic and
Yeah.
makes it a lot more, I guess, entertaining.
Rather than like a pre-recorded type video. Which I'm
Yeah.
trying to do too, because I've been doing good, like I said, in lives, and I don't want to stop making the videos because I enjoy doing them, and they are helpful to what I find and what I sell, and people get to determine too, like, okay, I don't want to look for that because it wasn't worth it from what he's showing or
Yeah.
she's showing on, their videos, or they are, depending on how people pinpoint what they are. Because Misha and I have patience before us 90s, even 101 stories they tell will make you appreciate life. I agree.
Real.
Definitely agree. Even young people, like one day I ended up forgetting my shoes at work, and I was a bike officer at the time, so I was always outside riding a bike, enjoying the weather for the most part until it gets like summertime where it gets freaking hot. But I remember seeing this one young guy, and he's probably like either early 20s or like late teens, and he was sleeping behind a box. And I see his feet on the other side sticking out, and I'm like, "Hey, man, you can't be in here. This is actually private property." He never said
Yeah.
anything. He just kind of gave me this look like, "All right." And I looked at his feet, and I was waiting for him to grab something behind the box because it was covering most of his body.
Yeah.
And then when he got up, he starts walking, and I'm like, "Hey, hold on, you don't have any shoes?" He was like, doesn't say a word. And I look at his feet. I was like, "What are you a size 10?" He shrugs his shoulders like, "Maybe." I was like, "Hey, man, I told you had to leave, but don't leave. I'll be right back, all right?" He did. He ended up staying. I ended up giving him some shoes that I just bought the day before because I had forgot my pair of shoes.
Yeah.
"What's up, Andy?" My pair of shoes. And he put them on and walked off. I gave him like, I think $10 that I had in my wallet. And it's just like, man, like people, I don't know what people go through to be homeless, but you got to imagine what they give up on to just be like, I'm done. Like I'm not putting any more effort. And to be that young, like,
Yeah.
geez, man, like I don't even want to imagine.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some situation maybe going on for him to feel that way, but it, yeah, you can only just do whatever you can, I guess. I mean, obviously, that I think that really probably helped him out in
I
some
hope
sense.
so. Like
Yeah,
there was a lot of people, and a lot of people I ended up encountering, like were mostly homeless, and a combination of like druggies, and some homeless are not druggies, and they're like new homeless, and you could tell because they'll be the cleanest ones and try to present themselves like, hey, I'm still part of public.
yeah,
And I had two homeless couples. One's Arturo, and I don't remember the girl's name, but I would see them all the time and give them water. And one day that I was off, I come in the next day, and the whole company that we're replaced, well, not company, but the shift that we're replacing, like, yo, Sonny, there's people looking for you. I was like, oh, what did I do? Did I mess up? Did
yeah,
I make a wrong call? I'm thinking they're like, no, they're two homeless people. They asked you by name because I'd always tell them my name, Sonny. They ended up giving me a flashlight because of my bike. The light unit on there was broken, and they
yeah.
noticed all the other bike officers' lights were working, so they ended up getting me a flashlight. I may even still have it,
Oh,
but
no way.
I wonder if they stole it though. But regardless, it was just like, man,
That's
these
nice of
homeless
them, though.
people,
Yeah.
oh, I still got it. These homeless people, oh, and it's magnetized. I need that for when I drop nails and
What's up,
crap.
Andy?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
what
nice.
yeah, I still got it. I'll never throw it
Not
away.
bad.
Yeah, but homeless people giving me something, like what in the world? Like there are good people out there, regardless of how they look.
Yeah, for sure, man.
How's homeless over there? Is it pretty similar to what you see in the news, maybe in the US?
Uh, I mean, it's noticeable. I mean,
Hi, Susan.
uh, I don't think I see it as much unless like you're downtown, I'd say, or if you're getting off like the ramp of it, like a highway exit. Usually, that's when you'll find at least one homeless person. But other than that, there's not many like in the suburb area for the most part.
Yeah. I remember the first time seeing a homeless person here in Vegas when I came in 2009 to visit. And one of my wife's cousins' name is Mahalin. And she was like, look at that guy. We're at a stop sign. And I was like, okay, I'm looking at him. She was like, hey, like, here's $1. And he was like taking his time. She was like, she turns around, looks at the back seat. She was like, watch this. She pulls out a cigarette and she was like, waves it at him. Dude
Yeah.
left his walker and started running towards us. And I was like,
Oh
I was
man.
like, oh, wow. Like,
Yeah, there's
so
some.
funny.
There will be some guys that will be pretty sus. That will
Good word. Yeah.
they'll act
Good term.
act like they're homeless.
Yeah. Catch up in here. Thank you, all the people coming in. It's a little late, and I was kind of like, it's for me, it's worrisome for some things when I invite somebody over because for the most part, I am new to like YouTube again. So it's just like, oh
Yeah.
man, I don't want Chris feeling like it's just me and him on a live chat. But I appreciate you all for not letting me feel that way and showing some love for Chris being here tonight. What time is it over there? Like 1, 2 in the morning?
That's 2 in the morning right now.
No.
Yeah. It's all good, man. This is fun. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed this live. Great people in the chat. Can't go wrong with that.
There was an old frail man outside of Walmart tonight. I felt so bad for him. It's so cold. Homeless is hard. Homeless in Alaska is hard, hard. When you say a word twice, you know that doesn't even describe how hard it is.
He probably was a reseller.
I wonder who's used that on resumes, when they're like, hey, reselling is not working. I need to look for a job. Like, what have you done for the past, year? I was a reseller full
Yeah.
time. Like my boss, myself, was pretty good, but he was an ass at times. No lunch breaks, no raises.
Yeah.
Misha, Ira, Roman. Oh, I'm way behind. Sorry, people. I ended up closing the YouTube live chat, which is usually faster for me to look at than the StreamYard.
I'm actually seeing the StreamYard chat go first now.
Are you?
compared to the YouTube one. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess like my internet here, I need to call Cox Cable, which is what it is, and see if I actually have the best. What's up, Patrick? The best option. Because if not, I think it's only like a $20 increase, which is nothing, and it'll be worth it.
Sus is my favorite word right now. Seems sus. It's true. It's
Yeah.
true, man. It's true.
Sus. First time I heard it was on a TikTok.
Can you two play Truth or Dare now? Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't know what to ask for truth or dare, but I'll if I remember, I'll bring up some questions for it to be in another show. I think Adam Baldly Picker was doing that in his show, I believe yesterday. Then he was like, he's a pretty smart guy when it comes to like those talk shows that he does, getting people together, because he was noticing everybody was saying, "Oh, truth." They weren't doing the dares. He was like, there's only so much truth that you're gonna have to end up going into the dares. I was like, that's smart. Like this dude's thinking. Not unlike me. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Susanna. That's pretty cool. Like, I think that's a good thing. It's a good gift to give because I mean, you can never have enough socks.
Yeah. My wife always yells at me.
Is
Or
kind of sus.
she always scolds me when I'm like looking at new underwear or socks, and she was like, "Didn't you just get some?" I was like, "Yeah, like 2 years ago. Like they're more holier than the church. Like I need some." There's one thing I've learned as being a self-proclaimed man is that socks and underwear, fresh ones, not that I reuse them,
Yeah.
like they're like they're the best.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I say is invest in your feet and your sleep. That's so like I get lots of like socks. I have different like comfortable shoes, and then I have like a really decent mattress. So those are the two things I always prioritize when it comes to like clothing wise.
Do you sleep in socks?
Not all the time.
I
Just
can't sleep in socks.
it just depends, I guess, if it's like really cold.
Patrick loves socks.
Big sock guy.
I like Stans. That's my favorite brand of socks. I get quite a bit of them.
I don't have a specific one. I mean, it just depends on the as long as they're comfy and they're not too long. I'm not really into the really long socks or anything like that.
The tubular socks, the cholo
Yeah.
socks, dog food. That's nice. Yeah, people don't usually have like dog food. I know the homeless people that I would come across with pets or dogs mostly, but there was some with like cats that all I could really give them was like either money that I had in my pocket or water, because that's one thing the company would always give us. But when we would give them out to people, like for the win, they would want you to take the ribbon off because
Mhm.
those were for guests, so they didn't want to advertise like, "Hey, we give out free water."
Oh, okay.
I would always give it out knowing like I could be seen on a camera and called into the office, but I'm like, it's worth it to me.
Yeah.
Do what you could live with,
1000%.
Size 5 only? That has to be a woman's size. Hey, what is that? Like a actual like 10-inch waist? A 5? Women apparel is so funny. Their jeans and waist size.
Help me sell comics. With your Nike Cortez.
I just sold some
That's a
kids
good
one.
point.
Some black little
Yeah.
kids Cortez shoes. They just sold for like $10. It wasn't much, but I thought they were cool and couldn't pass them out.
Yeah.
Get with this.
$40 a pair. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty sus.
The most I paid for socks for the stand socks, like I do have quite a bit, probably like 30, 40, 50 pairs.
Yeah,
And
if I want a good pair of socks, I might go to like over here we have like Winners, for example, but that I know there's it's equivalent to like Marshalls over there. But we have Marshalls as well over here as well.
Damn, look at y'all fancy.
Yeah.
Merino wool socks?
That sounds too high quality for me.
Yeah, that sounds too good for me. It might need to be used, a little
Refurbished
bit of wear
socks.
for me to wear merino wool socks. I threw a quarter at a dude the other day and it bounced off his chest. It's kind of a long story though, but I'm laughing all out right now thinking about the visual and how it went down.
Jeez, Tracy.
Damn.
Throwing
Oh, you want
a
money?
quarter at
Here.
his chest. Yeah, I can see that being a little bit. I wonder how he reacted to that.
I would have probably just stood there like does this really just happen? I need to rethink my life. People throwing change at me. I need to start working for it. That way they hand it over or get direct deposit. It's a lot safer.
E-transfer. Just e-transfer the quarter.
Yeah, just Zelle me or Cash App.
Or Venmo me the quarter.
Venmo a quarter. I get the cartoon ankle socks at Walmart and Target.
Nice.
I don't really get too much from things from Walmart like I used to. Now it's just like mainly food, and I always, no matter what, go look at the Funko Pops.
Mm-hmm. What was the last Funko Pop you bought?
What was the last Funko Pop I bought? I think it was like a Anaheim Ducks. I think there was one that was in the store, and I was like, I gotta get this.
Yeah.
Because they usually go up in value. Usually, pretty much anything with Anaheim Ducks go up in value pretty fast compared to other ones. Puma
Mine
socks
has
from
to
Ross.
be my
I love Ross.
what's it called? I had when Joe Coy released his Funko Pop. That was the last one I got.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was selling autographed ones with a shirt. I have the shirt right now.
And
See?
oh, that's what's up. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sick, right?
that's a pretty simple one. It's just like a blank Funko Pop, and that's Joe Coy.
Yeah, but that was the last one I picked up. It was pretty good. Worth every penny.
Andy wears Ben socks. I've sold Ben's underwear that were
Eee.
used with the skid mark. It was
Ben socks is pretty sus.
yeah,
That's pretty sus.
people buy them. This one was, I think it was a collab with the Simpsons, Homer, and Kiss, the band, and somebody bought that right away for like $60.
Really?
And I made sure to mention, like, capitalized, there is a mark. This has been washed. There is a mark.
Yeah.
Inside there. See the last photo. And I mean, they didn't leave me a review, but they got it. So Blue Goose, thanks for coming in. Thanks the new name for me coming in. Appreciate you stopping by.
There you go.
Hope
Puma socks. I have Puma socks too.
I don't have Puma socks. I kind of tend to stay away from them. I think other than Stan socks, I bought some like Under Armour socks.
Nice.
Like, but it's like the same difference, when you're wearing them, kind of, sort of. I just don't like them too thin because my feet do sweat.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm gonna remember this, and I hope.
Yeah, I know.
Hear it.
Next time Tracy goes live, mention the story.
There's Jen's. I was waiting for her to pop in because we were saying some stuff earlier that I'm like, I'm surprised Jen's isn't like all over this. Yeah, at least it wasn't like a head wound or a head hit, I would be like, concussion. She hit me. Y'all saw that. I got witnesses. Give me a report writer about the Dustin from a Stranger. I think backlight pop.
Oh, nice.
Ben socks.
Yeah. I've taken a break on Funko Pops. There just hasn't been really one that catches my eye lately, so I've been on hiatus with my Funko Pop purchasing.
Yeah, I just now that I'm full time, I don't want to collect things like that anymore. It has to be a real gem to be like, okay, I'm gonna use this for a while. I'm gonna cherish it, and then I'm gonna let it go. But I definitely want to clear house with a lot of things. I have a lot of things that I need a list, and I'm getting to it.
Yeah, like I like the way I pick out some of my Funko Pops is like stuff I enjoy like watching, for example. So like I enjoy diners, drive-ins, and dives. Anytime I can watch it, I will.
Mm,
So I have a
yes.
Guy Fieri Funko Pop, which
Okay.
I like. I proudly have because I enjoy his show.
There's a lot of restaurants here that we end up going into that have a lot of his stuff, like placards of where he's visited and stuff, and it makes a difference because people go inside there. You could hear them say like, "Oh, I want to be here because they're here. I want to try out the food and try exactly what they have." Like
Yeah,
it's crazy what
it's like a
somebody
stamp
how
of
people
approval.
direct people.
It's like up there with like a Michelin star almost
Yeah.
because you get that notoriety and like
Yeah.
exposure just from the show.
They have one Michelin star there at the Win, and then the other ones are like the not Michelin but Forbes, right?
Mhm.
Isn't that the other one? Yeah, those two.
I have no idea what the other one is, but yeah.
I think it's Forbes. So it's funny about Michelin stars, right? Because one day they're at the Win. I was just working there, not long at all, like a few months, and this guy comes up to me, and he happens to be like on the better, like the more upper price room side, the suites. And this guy goes up and he's like, "Hey, do you know where Michelin's at?" And I was like, "Oh, is something wrong with your vehicle? Like we could try to get you a host." And he's just
Yeah.
listening to me.
Yeah.
The real host comes up after me and he's all proper in his seat. He's like, he's talking about Michelin stars. Do you not know what that is? How long have you been here?
Oh
And I'm
shoot.
just like, you snotty little son of a bitch. Like, I don't know. I just started here. Like, you could have stepped in and helped out, you know?
Yeah. Instead of
Like,
like trying
I
to
felt
like
stupid
look down on
afterwards,
you or
but it was just
something.
like,
Yeah, but I mean like you didn't know, right? So
no, I didn't until then. Like, lesson learned, thanks. The hard way.
and I mean they shouldn't have been like that. That's not cool.
See the double words? I hate missing out on head. Freaking Jens.
I've just been getting ad icons in the Freddy's, but I caved and bought the Dustin Nice. Nothing wrong with that. I enjoy that show too.
I wish I would have got the Freddy's because when they first came out, they were regular price, and then all of a sudden, a few months later, they're like booming in prices, especially in the stores, to where they're changing them for like $15, $16. I'm like, oh my god,
Oh
it's
wow.
crazy.
But that's like normal price over here actually. So
Really?
yeah, so if that's 14, 15, it'll probably be like closer to $20
Oh
over
my god.
here. Yeah.
The ones that are more like the 20 and up are the larger Funko Pops, not so
Yeah.
much the smaller ones.
I do want to get a Charizard one. I haven't gotten. If I get another one, I think that would probably be the next one. Because he's the GOAT in Pokemon.
She did change her name, Justin.
I like the name.
Yeah. And her logo, she changed the background on it, I believe. Yeah, she changed the background on it. All right, I think I'm caught up in the chat. What is that? Squirtle Squad? I feel like I look like Squirtle.
Squirtle Squad. I don't know about that. What?
Charizard's tempting.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I haven't seen what's new lately, so I really don't. There may be something that's new I probably would want, but we'll see. I mean, it's gotta really
Sorry.
catch my eye.
Who's outside?
I know you're like all up in front of the camera.
I was like, wait, there's a camera right there. See my nostril hairs. She's having an identity crisis. Yeah, Jen's is one that I'm new to as well, but very much enjoying every second of her. And she's making some changes on her channel, so
Cool.
kind of cool. Seeing the circle come together. Ooh, y'all hear that? That's
Was
my
that you?
stomach growling.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
Yo,
I
that was
want
loud.
I want some Jolly Bees. I
Oh,
moved
shit.
and it was like disturbing it. Like, don't you dare move, man.
Dude, they're crazy like opening so many stores here, man. That
Yeah.
I think they just opened like within the last probably 4 or 5 months. They've opened maybe 3 or 4 new locations in Toronto. It's nuts. Like
And that's pretty
they're
fast.
yeah, they're trying to grow really fast. So I'm like, I don't know if they should be doing that because they might oversaturate and like it's not like
Compete with
you
each
have a
other.
lot of yeah, like you don't want to have like I mean really it's only chicken, right? But I mean I I think you're growing a bit like I don't want it to happen where when Target came here in Canada,
Mhm.
they just tried to take over like every location they could and it just didn't work out. So they ended up leaving what a year after. So because they
Really,
were
a year after that? Damn,
yeah, it
that's pretty
sucked.
fast
Yeah, because
for a
I
business.
like Target, but they just left afterwards because first of all they didn't have any online store in Canada, so that didn't help out anything.
Mm.
And then obviously yeah they had all the brick and mortars and like they were just going way too fast and they should have just like had like I don't know like 3 or 4 stores in specific sectors.
Mhm. Yeah, I know there's one, two maybe here.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if there's a third one because the two we go to, they're pretty much on the opposite sides of where I live, so I don't usually go there.
because at least with Walmart yeah there was a lot of locations but they also had like online shopping as well. So that really helped with a lot of their sales.
Yeah, Misha, that was loud, right? I was just like, oh, that was my dog under
Yeah,
the
that was
chair or
pretty loud,
something.
man. If you want, man, you can go. We can end this, man. If you want, you can grab your food, man.
No,
That
I'm not.
that was some serious
It just went at it again.
stomach growling.
I haven't been eating as much, like, or I'm not. I guess like being full time lately. Like, I want to catch up because I was kind of slacking over Thanksgiving for
Yeah,
like a week, and then been in a rump to where it's like, man, I don't want to list. I want to list. I need a list. I don't want to list. Like,
yeah,
I was bumming hard, and then as a week now, I'm like, okay, I'm in it. Like, going strong to where
yeah.
like I forget to eat because I'm just like having a good time doing it, but I'm all right. I got so much food in my fridge, and then tomorrow everybody's coming on Christmas. Like they're coming over, we're gonna feast.
Yeah.
All
Nice,
the Filipino food. Oh,
nice.
pare. Gonna
I'm
eat
jealous.
Kanak attack right afterwards.
I'm jealous.
No.
Like we can barely have like a decent party because they limited
Oh
our like
yeah.
party
The
capacity to only
restrictions.
10 people. Like 10 people. Like that's like my side of the family. That's not even It's not that many. Like that consists of my sisters and their kids and their spouses. So it's not really nice to have during the holiday, but
Yeah.
whatever.
No, Jens, I wanted to so bad to make a turkey,
Frying a
and
turkey.
because I've been making it like this is gonna be my second year in a row, and I've been making like 2 to 3 turkeys like Christmas, Thanksgiving, and like it's so easy to do.
I've always wanted
But
to fry a turkey.
I still have turkey left over that they put in the deep freezer, and they're like, hey, try making a casserole. So I was like, ooh, I was like, I'll try that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, you sent me a pic, Rob. Damn, he even tagged me and highlighted my name. Damn, he's getting with the program. No way. Let's see, because this helps me try to understand StreamYard as well. Oh, there's a lot more to this. This is really nice. Let me share this on my AirDrop. Stand by for Bobby's Christmas tree. Hold on, people. Hopefully this doesn't turn
Turducken.
off. Turducken?
Have you ever had turducken? I've never had turducken.
No, I've never had it. I've heard quite a bit about it, but I've never had it.
Yeah, neither have I.
That's Bobby? Yeah, he's fancy. That dude's fancy. Oh. Where am I at? We'll be over here.
Night, Tracy. Merry Christmas.
Night, Tracy. Thanks for coming through. I don't want to mess anything up. Is it opening? My photo thing. I haven't opened it in a while, so it's taking a second to update.
Ooh, Jen said I'm trying my first hatch cook mesquite smoked turkey. That sounds so good.
Damn.
Really, Justin, from a salad? Oh man, I couldn't do that.
Damn. That's why you're so skinny, my friend. Yeah, I love salads, but my salads are like 2 pounds of like bacon bits and
There you go. That's
probably
me.
a
That's all
liter
me.
of ranch or Caesar, which I'm starting to love Caesar even more.
Oh, Caesar's great.
Out in Hawaii, when I went on a date with my wife, I didn't know anything about like dressing other than ranch. So when the guy was like, "It's a Caesar salad," I thought it was just the way they prepped it. So
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, can I get some ranch with this?" He gave me like the craziest look, and my wife looked at me too, like, "Babe, it's Caesar salad." And I was like, "Yeah, I want some ranch with it." And then afterwards, when he walked away, she was like, "Babe, Caesar's the dressing," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh." I really deprived myself from like good stuff until I met her. I was like, I was never into seafood until I met her. I was just hamburgers, hot dogs, Heinekens. Where's it at? Is it opening up? Oh, let me see if I could enlarge this. Oh, it's pretty pixelated if I stretch it out. I don't know if they're going to be able to see it. All right, folks, I've never done this before, so I'm going to see how this works. Is this screen out? No, I don't know how to do this. Would you be able to? I know it's been a minute, Chris, but how to open up the screen view?
You press share at the bottom.
Share at the bottom. Share screen.
Yeah.
And where is it at? Tire screen? Let me see what that does.
Just make sure you don't have anything
Porn? No, I closed porn up.
incriminating.
I closed it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Crow's last permission to capture your screen. Follow these steps. Oh, no, it's going to be too much steps. It's not going to work. Too bad, my friends. I'll figure it out for next time. A lot of stuff I'm trying to learn off of this techie stuff that may be simple for some, but not for moi. Tracy's a good one. Her and Tommy, and then Tracy does have another channel she's working on. She accidentally slipped the other day and used it because she was trying to sort something out called Tracy is tripping Tracy, something like that. And I was like,
yeah?
who's that just came in like in the conversation, like alert her?
Nice.
But it was
Yeah.
her. So
Oh, no way.
yeah. So I'm stoked for that. I'm stoked for anybody that wants to do something and actually does it, because I know for myself, like there was a lot of things like I want to do this, I want to do that, and I don't. But there are some handful of stuff back to like drawing and characters that we were talking about earlier that
Yeah.
I want to get some stuff done. At 16, I worked for my father. Basically, he was a slave owner of men to the work for money, so joined the cult, hence the skinny.
Oh, here, Curlin sent it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to do it?
I just put my phone.
Oh yeah, I should have did that the easier way. It is a warmer photo compared to the last one. Right there, perfect.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Pretty, Krillin. It's really nice. Did you do it yourself, or did your family help you too? Here, share screen, then Chrome tab, whatever browse use instead of full screen. I'll do that.
It looks pretty tall, actually.
I'll practice with it tomorrow. I'll dingle dangle with it.
All right. I'm curious to know, Krillin, like from here, like, yeah, it's a nice tree, but like, what is this? I'm curious to know what this show is being watched right next to the photo, because I don't know what it is. But it looks pretty. I don't know if you can see. There's like a guy's face like right there.
There.
Oh yeah, that's creepy.
I don't know what that is, but yeah, I'm curious to know what show is that on the TV.
Let's see if he answers. Tommy's must be working on stuff coming in and out. Well, ladies and gents, I think I'm gonna actually call this a wrap. Got my dog to take out, and I'm probably gonna munch on something. I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you all for coming in, getting to learn more about Chris and catching up with him. I know it's been a minute since I've talked to him, and a few of y'all inside here that know of him, and I'm pretty sure you're happy to see him. His link's in the bottom of the description, so if you want to give him a sub, please do so, and stay tuned for more of his content. Chris, you got anything?
Yeah, no, man, I appreciate it, man. It's been fun, like just catching up, and yeah, I mean, we should definitely do it another time in the next year. You can come on my channel, or we can do the same thing. Go on the channel, do a late night one again. This is fun, like good turnout. Lots of great people in the chat. But yeah, I mean, appreciate it again, and yeah, if you haven't, I'm almost at 2K, so
Oh,
like,
nice.
yeah,
Nice.
let's get
You
there.
definitely need to stay on that, man. That could be more revenue, plays out for you if it's not already.
I mean, the way I see my videos and my YouTube is like I have a good understanding now of what people want to see. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like doing all my thriftings and my what solds and stuff, but when I see the click through rate of certain videos compared to my thrifting ones, like I think that's what I think I may need to like just turn to in terms of what type of content I'm bringing out. And so I think that's what I'm going to be more consistent about next year. But yeah, other than that,
I heard
appreciate
the
you
accent
guys.
right there when you said that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and no, and also I forgot it's already Christmas Eve, guys. So like
Yeah.
if you guys celebrate Christmas, hope you guys have a awesome Christmas, a happy, safe one. Don't drink too hard, don't party too hard. Yeah, but yeah, and hope you have a awesome 2022 as well. Like it's gonna be lit.
Lit. Hopefully not literally, but
Yeah,
it'll be awesome.
figuratively.
Yeah. All right, folks, stay tuned for more of this channel and Chris's and yours as well, because I know some of y'all put out content as well.
Yeah.
And just keep doing what you're doing. Just make the most of it. I hope I am as helpful and supportive as you are to us. I try to keep up with everybody, and I know that's not easy. And just thank you. Thank you for what you do and how you make us feel, keeping us up on our toes and chest out. Take it easy. Talk to y'all next time.
Happy holidays, guys.